What is going on, everybody? We are here with episode 15 of the Locker Room Rant. I'm here, Tony. I'm here with my boy Nico.
What's going on?
We got John possibly coming in with us. We're not sure about John right now.
He's got a little emergency that he had to tend to at home, so he might be able to hop on for a little bit. But as of now, we're kind of doing this as a duet here. So we're gonna see how that goes.
The disastrous duo is here for you all.
We're kind of missing the heart. We're kind of missing the heart and soul of the show. So
I know it almost doesn't even feel right. It don't even feel right.
We didn't want to miss, so we're here.
We didn't want to miss. There's people that look forward to us. There's people that depend on us, and we need to be here for them.
Right.
So I want to start the show with some NFL news. I want to get to the rookie stuff. We'll see if John has a chance to jump on because we got to talk Trey Lance and his 80-yard bomb. I don't know. It was an 80-yard bomb he threw last week. I don't want to talk about it because I know he's that excited about it.
Doesn't feel right talking about it without John.
It doesn't feel right, but there is some things that we need to talk about. First and foremost, Jaguars released Tim Tebow.
It is what it is. I told you.
It is.
It is what it is. I told you Tim Tebow is. I thought they would actually keep him on for certain reasons. Like I felt like Meyer loves him so much, and he valued him in the locker room that he might have kept him on just for that reason. But he was never going to make like a significant impact on the team as a player. Maybe a couple gadget plays, but that's it. The guy's never been a tight end. Sure, he at one point in time he might have been able to eventually become one if you put emphasis into it, but you just don't become an NFL tight end at age 30. How old is he? 34, 35?
I think he's 34.
Yeah, you don't just become an NFL tight end at age 34. Nobody's done that.
I was so mad when I heard that news. And then Urban Meyer came out and they asked him, like, do you think his career's over? And Urban Meyer was like, he's a warrior. But let's call it what it is. He's 34.
All warriors die at some point.
I was so mad at Urban Meyer for saying that. Like, he's a warrior, but let's just face it, he's 34. I'm like, this son of a bitch is giving up. I was so mad at that.
I wonder how many people actually bought Tebow Jacksonville jerseys.
I would have.
I knew you would have. I'm surprised you haven't already.
I have a Trevor Lawrence. I don't know why. I told you that story, right? About Trevor Lawrence?
No.
It's for another time. Jamal Adams signs a 4-year deal with the Seattle Seahawks, making him the highest paid safety in the NFL. Do you give a shit at all about that?
I mean, he's good. I mean, he's worth it. I don't exactly know how much they paid him, but he's definitely worthy of being the highest paid safety. I mean, I'm not really sure there's much more to talk about than that. John used to call into the show called Rombo. It's a 49ers podcast. And I remember when they signed him, I went under a fake screen name called 49ers for Life. And I used to basically like chime on there and basically say like, the 49ers need to get this guy. Basically every big free agent or trade target. And John would always freak out because he didn't know it was me and I was right next to him. and that Jamal Adams was one of those guys that I was saying they should go after. It was pretty funny on my part, but yeah, I mean, he's good. He's very good. He's excellent. So yeah, he deserves it.
When I heard they signed him to a 4-year deal, listen, my team's in the AFC East. I really have no fight, no dog in the fight out there except for my boy John. I root for his 49ers, but truthfully, I was kind of thinking,
I don't give a shit.
honestly.
I like things that rile up John.
Yeah, but I don't think that this is one that touches close to you.
Okay.
I don't know how else to say it. Reports came out today that Myles Garret took a shit on the practice field today.
Okay.
And then he was asked, why did you take a shit on the practice field today? And he had no response for it.
Should have been because I can. Because I can. And frankly, I don't give a shit I don't give a shit if he takes a shit on the field or not, as long as he sacks quarterbacks. So he can take as many shits as he wants to out there.
I don't know. I don't know what to say about him taking a shit out there, but what's so saying here?
Yes, I didn't look over the specifics of the contract. I knew of him getting paid, but I did not know of the specifics of the contract.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Typical. So, that's typical for this show. I don't want to talk about this, but we almost have to talk about this. I kind of lost my voice when I was in Aruba. We went to Aruba last week, and the entire week there was I hung out with a kid that plays in the NHL. He's an NHL hockey player. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong; he's no one that you would know. He's no one you would know if we came out and said his name. I'm going to keep his name private, but he's a defensive player in the NHL. He's played 11 seasons. Not a lot of games, maybe less than 100 games total played. But you know me, I gotta ask these people questions.
Yep. Just want to say what's up to Niners gang. He said, "What's up, fellas?" Let's go
Niner gang. Hopefully your boy John V is back with us soon, Niner gang. We're missing him on the show. It feels awkward. I hate looking at Nick. I can't really put him in timeout. I'm kind of stuck with it. It'll probably still happen. No, fuck you. No, you're not. I will be on this bitch myself. Okay. So I'm there with this guy, and there's a swim up bar, and I'm getting hammered, and I keep hearing people say, "Oh, that guy over there, he's an NHL hockey player. He's a hockey player." And I was like, he must know me from the Locker Room Rant. He must know your boy Tony from the Locker Room Rant.
I'm guessing he didn't.
I swam over there, and I said, buddy, what are you drinking? He goes, "Oh, this is that green shit." And I was like, "Oh, this guy's a douchebag, right?" So I said, "Are you the hockey player that everyone's talking about?" He goes, "Yeah, man, but don't let that get to you. I'm just a normal guy. And I remember thinking, like, yeah, you're a normal guy. You're fucking sitting here drinking with me, my fat ass, at a swim up pool bar. I know you're just a normal guy. Trust me. You're nothing special." So I started asking.
You're the regional manager of a security company.
Yes, and I started asking him questions. "Excuse me, I got to know, who's the best player you've ever played with?" And without missing a beat, he said, "Sid the Kid, Sidney Crosby. He was with the Penguins for a few years, played with Sidney Crosby." Without missing a beat, he said, "That's the best I've ever seen do it." I said, "Okay. When you travel around and you play games in different areas, do you have to pay taxes on all those different places?" And he was like, "Yeah, you should see my taxes, bro. They're like this thick, man. My taxes are crazy. Blah, 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 blah. My taxes are crazy." And I always wondered that. Like, that's got to be.
You really have to pay taxes on anywhere you play?
Yeah, those game checks, whatever city you're in, like you got to pay the taxes for that city.
I always just thought you had to pay taxes in the city that you play for, or the team that you play for.
No, it's anytime you travel around, you pay in that city. If you play in LA, you have to pay those taxes for those, if it's 2 games that you're there. So, not to mention in hockey, they have all those other fucking Canadian teams that they have to fucking play. So it's like a different country. So it's crazy, the taxes that they have to pay. I always wondered that though. So I always wondered that. He answered that question for me. And my next question for him was my next question. You know me, I got to ask the basic every person question. I said, who's got the biggest wang in the NHL? I got to know. He played on 10 different teams. He's seen a lot of wangs in the NHL. And without missing a beat, he said this Henrik Lundqvist. And when he said the guy's name, he went like this. He's got the hammer. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck the hammer is, but I'm jealous of this Henrik Lundqvist guy. I thought he was going to make fun of me for asking the question. Didn't miss a beat.
Nope.
My last question for him really pissed me off. It was about Jaromir Jagr. You know that I'm a huge Jaromir Jagr fan, not because of his play, but just his longevity.
It's just he played basically our entire life. He's the one athlete that has played essentially our entire life.
And you just texted me today when we were talking about this.
Yeah.
He's
the motherfucker's still playing professional hockey.
He's currently still playing.
Like, he just got done with the NHL, like, I think 2017, 2018. And now he's playing professional hockey in the Czech Republic.
Ridiculous.
And
let's move
he's
back.
Part owner of the team, but
ridiculous. So I started talking to him about Jaromir Jagr and telling him how much I like him and respect how long he plays. And he looks at me, he goes, he plays that long because he has to play that long. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean by that? He goes, well, it's set up in his contracts that after every game, they'll set up a private jet for him to fly straight to Vegas after every game and then fly him back before the next game, the next day before skate around or whatever the fuck they call it. And he goes there, he goes to Vegas and he blows every game check. That's why his longevity has to be
to make like a gambling.
You must be terrible.
Sometimes you're gonna win.
Not Jaromir.
Did that.
Not Jaromir Jagr, I guess. He's still playing, and he still has to, which is a complete mess. But I wanted to share the inside scoop from the inside source over at the bar, at the swim up bar.
Melissa, John, nothing serious. It just was a household mishap. So John is fine.
Nick, stop putting his personal business out there.
I don't want people to get too concerned about him.
No, John's good to go. John's good to go.
And Niner gang, you can always get a hold of John. We're always looking for people to come on.
So what are some more things we got to get to? And this is just awkward being here with Nick. Our boy Messi from Barcelona has finally switched teams. He is now with
Paris Saint-Germain.
My crew.
They're going to be stacked.
They're going to be fucking stacked.
They're going to be stacked. They're going to be borderline unbeatable.
Mbappe, they got Mbappe and Neymar. And now Messi?
Yeah, the French league, I mean, like I said, I'm not like super up to date on soccer, but the French league isn't that great. Like, it's not a great league.
No.
Paris Saint-Germain is just going to steamroll over everyone. Like, it's not even going to be close. They already had one of the best teams in the world. Now they just added arguably like the second or third or first best player in the world.
Big gulps, huh? Big Mike. What is up, buddy? Glad you're with us. All right, so the next thing I want to get to is this NCAA top 5 preseason poll. That damn thing came out the other day. I'm going to read you the teams and stop me if you heard something before.
Okay.
Coming in at number 5 is Georgia.
Okay.
Coming in at number 4 is Ohio State. coming in at 3 is Clemson, 2 Oklahoma, and 1, obviously, Alabama. So we got Alabama, Oklahoma, Clemson, Ohio State, and Georgia. Now I got to ask you: has this been the preseason top 5 for the last 10 years?
I was just about to say that. I was like, I haven't even looked too hard into college football, and I would have guessed exactly those teams.
Don't need to.
Definitely at least 4 out of the 5 I would have got. I would have said Georgia right off bat. I would have said Ohio State right off bat. I would have said Clemson off bat. And I would have said Alabama off bat. I didn't know Oklahoma, but that would have been one of my guesses.
Yeah, dude. I think that's been the top 5 for the last 16 years.
And honestly, with this new rule where they're able to make money off their namesake, and I don't necessarily disagree with that because I think they should probably be able to do that. But it's just going to make those teams even stronger because you're going to want to be on a team that's playing on TV all the time, and that's Alabama, that's Ohio State, that's Clemson, that's Georgia, and that's Oklahoma, and a handful of other teams.
I'll tell you what, this Melissa, I think they call you Izzy, John told me. I wanted to have this song that I played when you start hammering us out. Alicia Keys, this girl is on fire. But I didn't want to get any copyright shit thrown at me. But this Melissa, we need to have her on the show.
Whatever. John's actually wanted to bring her on. When the time's right, we'll bring her on. I think she asked a question on how's Jones doing in camp, Nick. I want to say she's talking about Donovan Peoples-Jones. Because if that's the Jones that she was talking about, from all accounts, he's doing fantastic. He looked pretty good in the preseason game, I will say. I don't get too hyped up about preseason and camp stuff because I've heard that too much. I've heard, oh, this guy's blowing up in camp. This guy's doing this in camp. I'll watch out for him, and he just doesn't play. But he was good. He was good for us last year, especially as a rookie. And from all accounts, he's been doing excellent this year. And in the preseason game, he really showed out pretty well. So you have high hopes for him. I don't know where he's going to get a whole bunch of playing time next to Odell, next to me with names I can't freaking Jarvis
Landry.
Austin
Higgins.
Tight end. He's going to have some play. Higgins, Higgins and Baker have a great connection with each other. So at best, he's going to be, a third, fourth receiver. It's not a bad thing to have a great third, fourth receiver, So.
Yeah, and thank you for the congratulations on Josh Allen. We wrapped him up. Paid a lot of money. He was much deserved, though, and we got him wrapped up for the next few years, and hopefully he could take us to the promised land and finish the job that Jim Kelly could have finished for us years ago.
Now, if there is a Browns player that I do want to talk about, it's my man.
Your dude blew it up.
I loved him in the draft. And, I was a little upset when they didn't take him with the first pick. And then they got him with their second pick. And that dude, Owusu-Koramoah is amazing. He is amazing. Like
as advertised. He took over that game, man.
Teams are going to kick themselves in the ass for not drafting that guy. That guy was a top 10 pick. And it was amazing that we got him where we got him. So that's the guy that I was super excited about, and he showed up.
I wanted to get to some U.S. women's national team.
Mm-hmm.
Is it something that we should hold off for John too?
Yeah, I feel like this is in John's wheelhouse as well because he loves the women's national team.
There's been some drama though.
It's also something I can get him pretty riled up about because so it was probably better discussion to have with John.
Yeah, we should probably wait for John on that one. But I do just want to throw out some feelers out there. Carly Lloyd announced her retirement. Probably one of the most decorated women in soccer history.
Yep.
The one thing I want to get to with John, though, is this Hope Solo came out and said Megan Rapinoe, the loved Megan Rapinoe, would bully players on the team to take a kneel during the national anthem.
Me and John are in a big fight about that.
Oh, that's a teaser for whatever John's back on.
If John can't come on this episode, chances are this episode is going to be a little bit shorter than usual, and we might try and fit one in later on this week.
Get in when you fit in, buddy.
So if we're not going to talk about certain things right now, we're probably going to talk about it later on in the week.
Yeah, they do need health issues. Cleveland does, Nick.
I don't think so. I'm actually really, really comfortable with our depth. I mean, honestly, this is the first time I've ever been comfortable with Cleveland's depth. I really don't see a hole or anywhere where they're shallow at. Maybe linebacker. Maybe they're shallow at linebacker. That's the one place that I think they are. But I mean, they're deep on the defensive line. They're deep and at the secondary, which they had a terrible secondary. Now they have a very good secondary, and they're deep at that position. And everywhere on offense, like I said, we have receivers galore that can go in there, and we'll be just fine. We have our tight end room's pretty solid. Our offensive line's solid. I mean, we can afford to lose a guy or two there. I don't want to lose a guy anywhere, but we can afford to lose a guy or two there.
Let me ask you this. What happened? Have you heard anything about Clowney? They signed him, and then that's literally the last I heard of him is when they signed him.
I didn't hear any negative thing about him. He just didn't. He, like a lot of guys didn't play in the first preseason game, but yeah, he's fitting in just fine.
Like you've like seen reports of that?
Yeah, I haven't really seen reports of that. I just haven't heard any negatives. Like I've been trying to follow it as best I can, and the only thing that you really hear at a camp was, like I said, why I don't listen to a lot of stuff. I just kind of take it with a grain of salt. I heard that JOK was behind because he was on that COVID list for a little bit, so I laugh at that. I also heard that Donovan Peoples-Jones was showing out in camp, and I heard that that Demetric Felton that they drafted was also showing out pretty well, and that they were going to use him in gadget plays. But that's about it.
Yeah, your defense, your secondary is what you need. You guys need Greedy to step up this year.
Well, last year it was, but last year you got to remember, Ward was really the only guy we had. After when Ward got hurt, and I think like the other, I can't even remember who the other cornerback was. We had Kevin Johnson, and I forget who the other cornerback was, but they also got hurt. We were kind of playing with picking up off the street guys at cornerback last year. Now we have Ward, we have Newsome, we have Hill from St. Louis. We have I guess they're not St. Louis, the Rams. We got Greedy. We got a couple other guys that are halfway decent too. We're going to be fine. We don't ever want to lose Ward because Ward's one of the best in the league. So, I mean, I feel comfortable with our depth in almost every position other than linebacker.
I'm feeling good about my Bills D as well. Greg Russo got a sack in his first preseason game. Looked good. I think.
How's that
I think
running back room looking?
What the? I don't fucking know, man. Josh Allen is the running back room. It's like our quarterback room and our running back room is the same room.
I remember last year in fantasy, my plan was to not pick a running back early, and my plan was I'm going to get Singletary in the second. I'm going to get Singletary a little later, and he's going to be my guy. And of course, that blew up in my face. I still won the league, by the way, but yeah, that wasn't necessarily so good. I was wondering who was showing out between Singletary and what's the other guy?
Zach Moss.
Zach Moss.
I think Moss is the guy to have in fantasy. I got to tell you though, they get inside the 10.
It's just all Allen.
It's Josh Allen.
It's just all
Makes-
Allen.
It's
If
either
he's
Josh
running
Allen.
it, or else he's throwing it. They're not. It's like they don't do it. They don't run inside the 10-yard line.
I don't know, man. It's the or he throws it to like a no-name tight end. So it's not even like you can have like their tight end on your team because he picks a new no-name tight end every week to catch a touchdown, a little 5-yard pass to. Meanwhile, Singletary and Zach Moss are just like, can we just try to get in the end zone? And if they score, it's got to be from 20 yards out. I can't explain it, but that's why I wanted them to address it in the draft. But they tried over the last few years with Singletary and Moss.
I feel
But
like Singletary's good. I just don't know why they don't use him. And Zach Moss honestly showed me nothing, saying that he was better than Singletary. Like they kept trying to make Moss a thing.
do I see any of the Bills coordinators becoming a head coach next season? I think Brian Daubel would probably make a good head coach. He's our offense coordinator with that offense firing on all cylinders. It really shows what they can do. I think he could take those talents somewhere that's struggling. And I don't know about head coach, but he did win. I think he won offensive. I think he won some type of award last year, either offensive coordinator of the year or coordinator of the year.
Awesome offensive coordinator of the year. Some
bullshit award like that. So I could definitely see him taking over a team. Stephon Diggs came up limp the other day, missed a few practices. I'm not sure if he's back yet. I just saw that he missed practice the other day, and not only does that screw me on real football, but it also screws me on my fantasy team. I made a big trade for him in our keeper league, so I got him for the rest of my life over there. But what was were we on a topic? I don't even know what the hell's going on anymore.
I think we're just talking about our teams in the preseason.
Yeah, I can't get into preseason. I like watching the rookies, and that's it. I don't care that Ben Roethlisberger goes 2 for 5 on one drive. That I don't give a shit about that. It means nothing to me, and I think it means nothing to them. Just trying to maybe see some live game action coming at them. But for the most part, I can't get into preseason except for the rookies. And I was so pumped to talk to John about Trey Lance, man. I know he must have been watching that game. And when that dude threw that touchdown, he was probably so happy.
It was a nice pass. I will tell you, there's more talent behind that.
It was a nice pass. You want to touch on some baseball real quick?
Sure.
All right, let me get the banner up here.
Even though it looks like my Indians are done, but
you know what? That's okay though. You're a baseball lover. You like baseball,
yes.
And one thing I want to talk about.
Shohei Ohtani lover.
Oh my God. When is this guy going to be everywhere? He's still not everywhere. He's just like in baseball everywhere. He needs to be on billboards. This guy is doing some incredible shit that is not being talked about enough in my eyes.
Yep.
Yesterday, can we talk about just yesterday?
Yep.
He pitched 8 innings, gave up 1 earned run, struck out 8. And he hit his 40th home run.
He's
what?
He's the quintessential. When you think of a baseball player, he's the quintessential baseball player.
He pitched 8 innings.
Awesome at everything.
He pitched 8 innings and hit his league-leading 40th home run.
Mm-hmm. And with like the home run derby and everything, he's the type of guy that not the type of guy that hits home runs in a home run derby. He's the type of guy that hits home runs in baseball games. He makes contact and they go out of the park. That's it. He's not. I mean, he has dropped some bombs this year, but it's all about just playing the game with him, getting the bat on the ball, making smart decisions, knowing what to do. And then he'll even go on the mound and freaking throw complete games and eight innings and give up 1 run and stuff like that. He's just awesome.
He's so good, man.
People
He leads the league in home runs.
Yeah.
He has an 8-1 record pitching.
People in Japan have to be nuts with this dude, because they get nuts with like just like players that like play in United States professional sports that are like okay. like Rui Hachimura is like huge in Japan, but Rui Hachimura is like, he's like an average player here. Like,
Yeah, but they don't like basketball nearly as much as baseball.
Ohtani must be a freaking god there.
Seriously.
God.
Every time I watch like the ticker at the bottom going by, I wait for those Angel games, and I could truthfully care less about any other game. And I wait for the Angels just to see what he did that game, and he always does something that game.
Remember that it's kind of off topic, but remember that one time we went and saw who was that pitcher?
Strasburg.
Yeah, Strasburg's first game.
Steven Strasburg.
And
he didn't disappoint either. Remember,
that game was awesome.
We went to Quaker State.
Mm-hmm.
Had all you could eat chicken wings and watched.
Not that Pennsylvania is that far, but it's kind of far just to go to a bar and watch a baseball game.
It's like a 12-minute drive.
It's good 15, 20 minutes. They're
okay.
Right down the street. We could have just went there.
Yeah, but all you can eat Quaker State in the first ever game of Steven Strasburg. That was, he did not disappoint either. I think he had like 10 strikeouts or something crazy that game. We were cheering for.
He just makes people look stupid.
I think that was the last time I was like excited for baseball.
Yeah, no joke. And Ohtani's kind of getting there too.
And chicken wings. There was another guy. His name was Tyler Gilbert. You know who that is?
Yep. I mean, I do now. I didn't know before.
Who is he?
He is the pitcher that in his first major league appearance threw a no-hitter. It's the year of the no-hitter. Why not have the first pitcher with their first major league appearance have a no-hitter? This is in all of baseball history. This is the first time that has ever happened in history.
His first ever start was a no-hitter.
Mm-hmm. The year of the
Let
no-hitter.
me ask you this. Let me ask you this one. Do you quit?
Just quit. Just say I'm done. I'm done.
I pitched one game in Major League Baseball.
I'm 1-1, and that was a no-hitter. Here's the millions of dollars. I'm going out in history.
I just quit. Last thing I want to talk about with baseball is a baseball card of Honus Wagner sold for $6.6 million, breaking the old record of, I think, a Lou Gehrig and LeBron James was up there.
Honus Wagner, I mean, I've kind of been into baseball cards like a long time. I haven't been too into them like probably the last 15 years of my life. But I don't know if there's been some rando card that's been thrown out there that sold for more money. But it has always been the Honus Wagner card that's been the most expensive. I think there was like a Napoleon LaJoie one that like kind of like teetered on it for a little bit, and like the Mickey Mantle card kind of like was going there sometimes. But for the most part, it's always been the Honus Wagner card because of the rarity of the card. There's only like 3 known in existence.
Yeah, it's not like Honus Wagner was the greatest baseball player of all time. He was a really good. I think he played shortstop.
He's a shortstop. He's one of the 5. He's one of the 5 inaugural members of the Baseball Hall of Fame. It was like him, Ty Cobb. It was him, Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth. I want to say Walter Johnson. I want to say Rogers Hornsby. Not 100% sure of that. I do know the 3 were in the 5.
Yeah. I don't really I wish I cared more about Honus Wagner, but I don't. I just care that the card sold for 6.6
I mean,
million.
really, the thing to know about the card is that Honus Wagner is the most expensive card.
Isn't that crazy though? Like, I bet you like 2% of, maybe 1%, maybe I'm probably way 1% of America has ever heard of Honus Wagner. Probably way less, right?
Probably. You have to be a pretty big baseball aficionado to really know that.
And probably like 80% has probably heard of Babe Ruth.
I feel like you're probably more than that still. I feel
90?
like Babe Ruth's still a big name.
Babe Ruth needs to have the highest paid card. I don't like Honus Wagner
really
having that shit.
Like the thing is, Babe Ruth's not even like in like. I don't know the top 10 of baseball cards, but I don't think he's in the top 10. My mom has always told me the story. That somebody in Greece on her island had that card.
Have what card?
One of her uncles in Greece had a Honus Wagner, had that Honus Wagner card. And I'm like, no,
that's so cute, Nick, that your mom tells you that and you believe it.
I was like, no, he didn't. He's like, yep. But I was like, was this going to be left? Was this going to be left to us? Because really, I wouldn't doubt it. That's pretty much our luck.
First of all, can I play the Pee Wee again? I miss that guy. I wish that stupid show was still on, Pee Wee's Playhouse.
I feel like the shows are coming around, like they're doing like remakes of them. I feel like that needs to be remade.
Pee Wee's Playhouse, I'm telling you, has to be remade.
I feel like there's a yearning for that. I feel like it could go.
Listen, I got a 2-year-old son, and if Pee Wee's Playhouse was on right now, that kid, that's all that would be playing on my television right now. That guy was crazy.
Yes,
the whiny Yankees and Mets.
Yankees are whiny.
Oh,
fans.
You live in New Jersey. Oh my God.
They're the worst.
So the Mets have totally just lost their shit. I think they were winning. They were up by like 6 or 7 games at All-Star break and have completely had a meltdown. And I think the Phillies caught them. The Yankees, however, Lord knows I hate the Yankees, but they've caught fire and it seems like overnight caught the Red Sox.
Joey Gallo.
It wasn't just Joey Gallo. It was Joey Gallo, Rizzo. I mean, I don't know how they caught the Red Sox so fast, but they definitely caught them. Trust me, Melissa, it's probably coming. It's a short show. It's just me and him. It's kind of a romantic show we got going on right now, but it could turn real quick. And if it does, trust me, his ass will be in the penalty box. So your Honus Wagner card, your uncle has a Honus Wagner card in Greece. Tell me more about this. Can we get your mom on the show real quick?
No, you don't want her on the show.
Can you, maybe you could just call her real quick and say, hey, mother, you remember you tell me about the Honus Wagner?
Adamant. I was like, no, he didn't. I was like, quit bullshitting me.
He might be the one that just sold it for $6.6 million.
Yeah.
That could be in your family, buddy.
Pretty sure that guy's been long gone.
We need updates on this. I need to know this because your mom told you that's the cutest little tall tale story I've ever heard. I can listen to that Pee Wee laugh all day.
All right.
Oh, Jesus. So let's talk about the Super Bowl odds.
Yeah, let's.
I'm not. I don't even care who's number one. Everyone knows the Chiefs.
We know
Blah
who's
blah blah.
number one.
What's
We know
that?
who's number one. We know who's number two.
You know who's number one. You know who's number two.
Number
okay?
one is
it's going to be
the Chiefs.
Kansas
and
City.
Number two is whoever has Tom Brady.
Exactly. But number 3 best odds come from a little place called Buffalo, New York.
Mm-hmm.
The number 7 overall odds comes from San Francisco 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
And the number 8 best overall odds to win the Super Bowl comes from Cleveland, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to think about how crazy that is. All 3 of us on this show, we got the Bills, the Browns, and the 49ers. And all of us are in the top 8 for odds to win, not just make it.
And only one of us has had a team that's been in the damn odds for like the last 20 years.
I know.
Actually,
only
the 30.
Only the 49ers. You know what? I really do respect the 49ers. I grew up in that Montana to Rice era. And
Joe Montana was my favorite player. I was a Browns fan, but Joe Montana was my favorite player.
I think it was the first football game I remember watching in my lifetime. I'm sure there was others, but Super Bowls, you always, do big. And I remember Super Bowls when I was little. And the first Super Bowl I ever remember watching.
Boy, John's coming.
Nuh-uh.
John's coming.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, yes. It's like the Undertaker. Dun, dun.
This is like Jordan's flu game where he left the game and now he's coming back. This is fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I used to love Joe Montana. I loved his like persona, the Joe Cool persona. Yeah, he was my favorite player growing up.
Yeah, I remember we'd be in the front yard and me and Billy Vrantos would be doing Joe Montana to Jerry Rice catches in the front yard. And then his little buddy, Michael Tacklet, that lived down the street, would come over.
Just set him up to get destroyed.
And the shit we would do to that kid, I can't talk about it on air. I don't know if the statute of limitations are up, but let's just say he was no Ronnie Lott out there.
Tackle it over the middle.
Bill would set him up over the middle. Here comes Ronnie Lott to light up Tacklet. Oh, geez, that's some funny stuff. Bringing back good memories. John, where you at? We need you, buddy.
If we get John on, we don't got to do a show later on in the week. Works out perfectly.
We are waiting. Did he say how long he'd be, Nick?
No, he just said, I'm coming. He said it in the chat, so he's got to be on the computer somewhere. He said, I'm coming.
He needs to get here. Everyone's waiting. So what do you think about those Super Bowl odds?
Listen,
Buffalo at 3. Go ahead.
Listen, I don't disagree with Buffalo at 3. I think Buffalo arguably is they at least have to be in the top 5. I am a little annoyed at the Browns at 8. Listen, if the Browns roster was on any other team but the Browns, they would be in the top 5. No doubt about it. There are no holes on that team. They might
on paper,
but on paper does mean something. Like when we first got Odell and people thought they were going to be great. No, there were giant, massive holes on that team. Last year, there were giant, massive holes on that team. They have plugged all the holes and they didn't lose anything from where they were strong at. I don't know the exact number of people, but they have new people on the defense. It's like 75% of their defense is new. And it's not new in the bad sense. It's new as their upgrades. So you replace Olivier Vernon with Clowney. Vernon wasn't like a linchpin of that defense. Okay? You replace whoever they had at like linebacker, they were horrible last year. You replace whoever they had at linebacker with Anthony Walker from Indianapolis, who's an awesome linebacker. And you also got JOK in the draft. You had a secondary that was very thin last year. Now they got Ward returning, obviously, but they got Newsome as a rookie. We got Greedy coming back, who, from all accounts, has actually been impressing. Okay, and we're not even counting on him. We got Hill from the Rams. We got Johnny Johnson from the Rams, who's one of the best safeties in the league. And then we got Grant Delpit returning from injury. This team has no holes, not one single hole. You can
I
argue,
agree with Melissa though that roster is, I think, way better than the Ravens roster.
It's undeniably better than the Ravens. The Browns will win that division. I have no doubt about it. They're going to beat the Ravens. I have no doubt about that. Whether or not
I gotta tell you, I'm less worried about the Ravens than I am the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, the Steelers are the third best team in that division. And it might be close between them and Cincinnati, actually. I'm not impressed with the Steelers one bit.
But why aren't you impressed with the Steelers? I need to know this because why is nobody – I don't understand. Do people forget?
Ben isn't the same quarterback that he used to be. Their offensive line is pretty garbage. Their defense is good. Don't get me wrong, their defense is good, but their defense, in order for a defense to win you games, and not only win you games, but to have massive success in the NFL, your defense has to be like a dominant defense. And I don't think they're dominant. I think they're just very good. I think the Browns have a chance to be more dominant than the Steelers defense does. Because I think the
Steelers defense is nasty.
Person by person, the Browns are better.
I don't know.
Let's do it.
I'm not a TJ Watt.
TJ Watt, Myles Garret. Better.
Yeah. Myles Garret, I think, is going to win Defensive Player of the Year this year.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You
ready for this? You ready for this?
Let's get him. How you doing?
Teamwork makes the dream work.
How's that basement?
It's still there. Salute.
Salute.
It was medium to, it wasn't as bad as she made it out to be, but it was still pretty shitty. It was wet corner to corner, but I got the shop vac, I got some fans, I was using the leaf blower. It sucked.
I'll tell you what, you look great. You look great.
Bro, I feel like ass.
For what you just went through, you look great.
It's yelling and screaming like a psychopath.
We would expect nothing less.
Do we need to get John caught up?
We've tried to keep the show together, John. I don't know how well it's working, but
the show is fucking terrible without you.
How's everybody doing? Izzy came to support you guys. Thank God for that.
Izzy's keeping our shit together, buddy. She's the only one keeping us together. So we're going over Super Bowl odds.
Okay.
We're talking about obviously the first two. Kansas City Chiefs at number 1.
Okay.
Whatever Tom Brady team at number 2. And then you got Buffalo at 3, San Francisco at 7, Cleveland at 8. And I was talking to everyone about how me being a Buffalo fan, Nick being a Browns fan, you being a Niners fan, how much fun this year is going to be with all 3 of our teams in the top 8 projected on odds to win the Super Bowl, not just make the Super Bowl, but to win the Super Bowl. How fun of a year this is going to be on the show. I think it's going to be a great time. What are your thoughts on that, John? Are you pissed that the 49ers are 7th? Or do you think that's probably where they need to be right now?
Let me just get my bearings. Let me get my bearings. Let me, dude. Listen. I'm really, honest to God, I just need company right now. Because
Oh shit!
I borderline meltdown, bro. I thought the kids called. I thought Callie was just kidding. I thought she was trying to prank me because the basement's waterproofed. But in fact, the neighbors and the city was here in the neighborhood doing something with the drains and the sewers. And thank God it was just stormwater and not sewage. But the drains backed up with rainwater. So I don't know. But anyway, the Niners are 7th.
Yeah, they have the seventh best odds, 14-1.
Because we were decimated by injuries. So I get it. For whatever reason, how come I have the same layout as you? I have the master layout. Are we streaming smooth?
Yeah, we're good.
I have no idea. Melissa, thanks for the reminder. We do need to talk about the women's national team and the drama that's been going on.
Man, bro, they finally met their age. Like they're just fizzling out, man. It sucks. It sucks.
Do you feel like they had a good run and the run's coming to an end?
Oh my God, bro. If you don't think they did, you're an idiot, bro. They had a phenomenal run. I mean, they were world champions consecutively. They dominated the sport, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, what goes up must eventually come down. So they're on the downward spiral, and that sucks.
Carly Lloyd announced her retirement. She'll probably go down as one of the best to ever do it for the United States.
The defense buckled, bro. The defense fucking buckled.
The question I have for you, though, we're talking about the drama. There seems to be some drama coming out now. Hope Solo came out and said that Megan Rapinoe was bullying the team to take a kneel down for the national anthem when the games would start.
Dude, the time frame is off, bro. There's months. Bro. Hope Solo is reaching for some attention, bro, because she was gone way before that started. She was gone.
She might still have friends on the team.
Okay, so you're gonna blow their spot up? I mean,
they played together.
I mean,
Rapinoe
really together, but the kneeling thing
really annoys the crap out of me.
Okay, bro, they do it for the right reasons, bro. We're not going there.
I think she likes being the center of attention.
Who?
Megan Rapinoe.
She's the oldest on the team, bro.
She's
like the grandmother.
She's always trying to stick her nose into shit where it doesn't belong.
I mean, is she really, bro?
Yeah.
I mean, she stands up for rights. She stands up for the financial, for the pay rate and whatever and whatnot.
Okay.
Are we really going here right now with this, bro?
I just don't like Megan Rapinoe.
Okay, then I don't like a lot of people, but that doesn't fucking mean I'm going to drag them into the stream. I don't like you, but here we are.
John, you know what we haven't had yet today?
A penalty box.
A penalty box.
What
Nick.
Yeah, he's teetering.
Just to keep the tradition. Just to keep the tradition.
We got a little bit
Throw
of
his
time.
ass in.
We got a little bit of time left.
We do have a little bit of time left.
What did you guys cover that I can put my 2 cents in on? What were the first few topics?
We pretty much covered everything else.
We wanted to talk about rookie quarterbacks.
We talked about everything else.
Did Izzy cover Trey Lance for me?
No,
we didn't talk about rookie quarterbacks because that's your bread and butter. We wanted to give you the joy of talking about your new prized player.
Look,
in the 80-yard bomb he dropped in his first game.
Look, man. Bro, listen. There's no I love Trey Lance, right? I do.
Okay.
I love the kid. The fact that he hasn't got first team reps behind the offensive line, it kind of bothers me a little bit because it's kind of like it's really messing up his opportunity to really rise above the rookie and the rookie that stigma behind the 2s and the 3s because he's not getting a fair opportunity to display his attributes with protection, so to speak, right? So Jimmy Garoppolo is doing well. And I knew he was going to do well because I knew that this challenge, this competition was going to motivate him to try to lock down that starting position. But from what I see, and from what a lot of Niner fans are going to disagree with, is the fact that, I mean, listen, Trey Lance should probably have like some kind of like package where he can come in and do something. But I think Jimmy starts the season week 1. And I think he starts because Trey Lance is making small, minor mistakes that could, contrary to belief, cost us games that we should win undoubtedly. Like the Eagles, for example. That's kind of like that game kind of creeps me out a little bit. And I don't want Trey Lance going in there and making mistakes that could cost us the game. I'm not saying he can't have flashes of greatness during the game, but he can make rookie mistakes that could ultimately cost us the game. And I'm not willing to risk that.
I actually agree with John, kind of. Trey Lance, I mean, that throw was a legit throw. That throw was the number 1 quarterback throw. That throw was legit. It was effortless off the arm. He dropped that thing 60 yards with the flick of his wrist. It was pretty impressive. That being said, he went 5 for 18?
Yeah, but again, there were a bunch of drops that reflect poorly in that.
Yeah,
Ayuk dropped a pass.
But
Ayuk dropped his first pass as an NFL quarterback in his first preseason game. He muffed it, and it pissed me off because it was perfect.
He's wet behind the ears, though. He doesn't strike me as a guy who's ready. He strikes me as a guy who has a lot of potential. He strikes me as a guy who has the talent to be great, but he also strikes me as a guy who is not ready. And he strikes me as a guy who will make mistakes. He only
muffed a few passes that he had coverage. Like, he was protected, he had time, and he threw these darts, and they were just inaccurate. Now, I'm not going to hold those to him, okay? I'm not going to hold those to him. But Izzy's right, dude. Jimmy's throwing the linebackers out there. Fred Warner has picked them off all camp. All right? But Izzy, Trey Lance also almost got picked off by linebackers in the Kansas City game. And I don't know why. I don't know why it happens. Listen, Trey is going to succeed in the league. There's no doubt about it. I just don't know that he's ready to start the season. I mean, if Jimmy gets hurt, you get no choice. Put him in. But I feel like we built this offensive line. We went and got Alex Mack in the offseason to solidify the center position. Mike McGlinchey put on 35, 40 pounds, so now DBs can't knock him over. We have an offensive line that will protect Jimmy better than before. And I believe that Jimmy will win games. I know Izzy cannot stand Jimmy, and she wants to see Trey Lance as the week 1 starter, but you can chop it up any way you want. We win because of Jimmy. We have a winning record because of Jimmy under Shanahan, and I don't care if it's cupcakes, short throws. It is the scheme, and the scheme wins. So we won. We've won. We have a winning record with Jimmy. If for whatever reason Trey Lance tears it up in the next few days against the Chargers, time will tell. He's going to get an opportunity Friday, so to speak. Allegedly, he's going to get time with the ones.
But see, what I was talking to you about like episodes ago, and we've been talking about this for pretty much the entire time when we've been talking about the 49ers, is you already see it start to happen now. Like you had Jimmy just being Jimmy, doing what Jimmy does, wasn't particularly impressive, but he really didn't do too bad. He was out there like one or two series. And then you had Trey Lance come in, and fire a dart for 80 yards. And now you got half the fandom wants Trey Lance, half the fandom wants Jimmy. And
that was, bro, it was half and half way before the throw.
But there
are people that will put Trey out there before he even had his preseason game.
But you have those people who saw that throw, and if they were in that camp, they're definitely in that camp now. They want to see more of those 80-yard darts. They're not even looking at the other 17 passes.
Okay, but Trey Lance was still inaccurate on some short throws
There's
over the middle.
There's going to be people that don't care. There's going to be people that make excuses. There's going to be people that are saying, well, a lot of passes got dropped. If the passes that got dropped didn't get dropped and got caught, that stat looks a lot different now. And he looks a lot more impressive than Jimmy. And then you're gonna have the Jimmy loyalists that want to see Jimmy start because they've won with Jimmy. And
all right, so what does Trey Lance stats look like without that throw?
Not like dog shit.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. It's not always going to play out that way, bro.
And it was a breakdown in coverage, and the guy was wide open. It was a breakdown in coverage.
Yeah.
He hit him. It was great. It was great to see a rookie quarterback throw an 80-yard bomb. I thought it was awesome. I felt good for John. I felt good for the Niners followers that we have. But at the end of the day, Jimmy is your game manager. He manages the games. He's going to turn around and hand the ball off. He's going to make he's not going to make stupid decisions. He's going to manage the game and hopefully take them to a victory.
He makes stupid decisions, which Izzy is referring to a few games last season where ultimately it cost us the game. But I mean, in fairness, he was injured. When Jimmy was healthy, we were winning.
Jimmy has a pretty impressive record.
But the problem is that it makes me sound like look, I'm not a diehard Jimmy fan, but I'm grateful for Jimmy. I acknowledge his weaknesses. I understand his downfalls. I do understand that. But if any time we needed Jimmy, we need him now, as whether he's a leader to Trey Lance, whether if Trey Lance starts week 1, I'm not going to be mad. I just want to win. And I don't want to see rookie mistakes cost us games.
I think it would be a huge mistake if you guys are trying to win this year. I think it would be a huge mistake for Trey Lance to start week 1. I mean,
you guys got to realize week one's against Detroit.
Yeah, but I mean,
they should beat the living shit out of Detroit.
We should. You don't know what can happen. You don't know how good Detroit's going to be.
We should.
I got an idea.
Secondary, but Detroit's secondary is still better than any team Trey Lance faced in the what was that, Nick? What is that? The
North Dakota State football championship series.
Yeah, the FCS. Yeah, I mean, the Lions are better than any competition in that division. So in that conference, I'm sorry. So, I mean, what we know that Jimmy should win that. We know that Jimmy should lead that team to a victory.
Yeah. Plus, the Detroit has that Dan Campbell as their coach. That guy's
I know he might come out there and just smack Jimmy in the knee.
That guy's kind of crazy
with a wooden bat.
He might come out there and bite Jimmy's ankle.
Like a Nancy Kerrigan attack.
That guy's crazy.
And then Izzy's got to consider this though. Trent Williams just got his knee drained for whatever reason. So I don't know what the fuck's going on with that dude. You know, Kyle doesn't seem to be worried about it, but when your leg gets drained of fluid, I'm concerned. Like, you know, like they were like, well, what does that mean going forward? He's like, I'm not a doctor. Well, you know what, motherfucker? You better give us something better than I don't know. I'm not a doctor, because draining someone's fucking knee isn't something that happens on a day-to-day basis.
John spitting straight fire tonight.
And I mean, dude, what happens if Trey Lance and Trent Williams is absent week 1 to whatever the fuck's going on with his knees, and Trey's out there dancing with wolves? Then what happens, bro? You know, thank God he's mobile, because he can at least make up for the offensive line. But I mean, look, at the end of the day, Izzy is gonna fucking kill me. She hates Jimmy. She really wants to see Trey Lance start week 1. And I don't blame her for it. I don't blame anyone for it. I'm just afraid that Trey Lance will wow us with one series and he could hurt us with another. And those are just rookie mistakes. And I don't believe he's ready for that yet. If for whatever reason he takes the reins in like week 4, week 6, who am I to say? And who gives a fuck? Do you think Kyle gives a shit what I'm saying? No.
And
I think he does.
Now here's where I might
He should.
Here's where I might get John a little fired up. And this isn't strictly to get John fired up, although I like the side effect of him getting fired up.
Hold on. What is he saying? What's this? We should have beat the Eagles. Bring that up. The most recent comment.
Should have beat up the Eagles and Miami in 20, and we got owned, especially versus Miami.
Okay, but are we gonna hold the secondary accountable? Those games, especially the Miami game, Brian Allen gave up 2 touchdowns. I feel like I'm not sure. She has the memory of an elephant, bro. She can remember anything, dude. She can remember everything.
Now, this is the thing that will be controversial to John and maybe San Francisco 49er fandom. I think Fields is going to be. If I had to bet, I'd bet on Fields being the better quarterback.
Okay, I mean, but maybe Kyle Shanahan knew that when he drafted Trey Lance. Maybe he just saw a higher ceiling with Trey Lance.
I think Lance does have a higher ceiling, but many times ceilings don't get reached. And I think
you just blew him for the 80-yard bomb, dog.
Yeah, a lot of
there's been
a lot of guys in my lifetime that have had high ceilings. Jeff George had a high ceiling. Rob Johnson had a high ceiling. All these guys had super high ceilings and they didn't really achieve what they were supposed to achieve. Didn't even come close. I think Fields doesn't have quite as high of a ceiling, but I think he has a much higher floor.
Okay. So Izzy is gonna break me in half.
And
she's very angry.
And here's another thing. I think Fields would have been a better fit for the Niners. I think Fields would have been a better fit for the Niners. And I'm not saying that Trey Lance can't run because he can run. He's very good at running himself.
Yeah, but he doesn't have Fields speed.
I feel like Fields is a better general of an entire offense. I feel like he just exudes command of an offense better. And I think Fields should have been a top 5 pick. And I think Lance probably should have been around where Fields went.
Dude, did you see Fields' attitude when he got drafted? Did you see the misery on his face?
Yeah, he thought he thought he was going to be drafted in the top 5.
It fucking pissed me off. There was something about that attitude, that shit grin that really irked me. Like, bro, I thought it was Fields at 3. I mean, most of us thought it was Fields at 3. But knowing who Trey Lance is and getting to hear him at the podium and just knowing and hearing what the beat writers and some phenomenal fellas from Twitter that were at camp that were reporting back to us and telling us what they saw. I love the kid, and I'm glad it was Lance over Fields. But no rush to put him out there to ruin his name if that's possible.
But you know what? It's easy to be magnanimous when you go from being an FCS quarterback to being the 3rd pick in the draft. Trey Lance probably thought there was no way he was going 3rd overall a year prior to that. Fields probably thought he was going at very least number 2.
No way.
He probably thought maybe I show up this year.
Fucking Barbie doll, that Ken doll looking dude from BYU was set in stone to go number 2 to the Jets.
He wasn't set in stone before the season started. He gained steam after the season started.
I beg to differ. He was.
It was always Lawrence and Fields. That's going into that season. That's who were the top quarterbacks. Zach Wilson came on during the season.
Yeah, I agree with Havoc. I mean, he should look better right now. Fields should look better, Nick.
Yeah, he should look better.
At Ohio State University.
100%. What if the roles were reversed? What if Trey Lance was an Ohio State quarterback?
If Trey Lance was an Ohio State quarterback and had the type of success that Fields did, then yeah. But he wasn't. Fields really didn't do anything to deflate his draft status. And I think that's why he was a little ticked off when he got drafted. What was it, 12th overall?
Dude, listen, you got drafted. Okay. There's no reason to have that fucking shit grin on your face. Okay. It was a little bit disruptive. I noticed it. A lot of people noticed it.
But the thing is, I don't necessarily dislike that. Like, look at Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has used getting drafted the last pick of the first round.
You remember how fucking miserable he looked in that draft room?
Every team he plays against, he just thinks you could have had me, you sons of bitches. I'm gonna fuck you up. and Fields can have a little bit of that in him too. I don't have a problem with people being upset that people passed up on him, said, I think another person is better than you. And you're like, no, they aren't. And I'm going to show you.
Oh, shit.
Dude, I got to tell you.
Havoc. I feel a timeout coming on. Damn. It's called the penalty box, but I know damn well what you're talking about, Havoc, because I'm feeling the same shit, buddy.
Yeah, I don't have a problem. It's 11th overall. Fields got drafted 11th overall. So yeah,
which I mean, to me, it's like, are you really going to make a big fuss? Dude, you're the Bears starting quarterback. You're probably going to beat out Andy Dalton, and if you don't, oh well. You're going to be fine. Listen, all right, look, there are people that are going to tell you if you design a package for Trey Lance, you may as well just start him because there's no reason to have a package for Trey Lance and use a dual quarterback.
I don't like
and use a dual quarterback.
I don't like that shit.
Okay, but what does it hurt?
I feel like a quarterback needs to be on the field to get in a rhythm. When you take a quarterback off the field, it takes away from his rhythm.
In my opinion, bro, I still feel like, does it really?
Yeah.
I mean, you compliment your starter with your second string quarterback, your rookie who has a skill set that you don't, and it complements you well. So you dink and dunk these 15, 20-yard passes, and you keep the drive alive, and you bring Trey Lance in, and he throws a bomb, right?
What? The game has been played for, at the professional level for probably about 8 decades.
So change it up.
And never has that worked. That has
Why not?
Never worked. That dual quarterback shit has never worked. It's been tried before. It never
because
worked.
Because of egos.
Well, say what you want, but it might be egos. It might be the fact that if you have a quarterback starting, that quarterback's starting for a reason. Because that quarterback is the best person to command your offense. And if you take that quarterback out of his position, then you're really ruining him. You're really ruining the rhythm that he has. And the quarterback needs to get into rhythm.
Really?
Yeah.
We're gonna fuck around with rhythm right now.
Ask a quarterback. I've heard quarterbacks say it before.
Nick, at the end of the day, if there's something that you can do better than I can, and you come in and you execute that package and it works, I'm going to come out there with the momentum on my shoulders, and I'm going to fucking push the ball down the field.
John, I may be able to cook. I'm going to the timeout box for this. I may be able to cook a hot dog. I might be able to cook a hot dog better than you.
Calling a shot.
And that doesn't mean I should come to the restaurant and every time somebody orders a hot dog, have me go cook it because I cook it better than you.
A hot dog, right? Bro?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, the fact that you use the hot dog, send them. Peace out. 30.
Yeah, I was prepared for that. I was prepared to do that. But I'm making a point.
Look, I think that you should. I think that, Tony, I think that you should be able to. I think you should be able to use a dual quarterback threat. I believe that would be pretty impressive. It'd be kind of intense. It would be intense. Nick's kind of right. I'm not going to tell. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. You're taking somebody out of their rhythm, could potentially hurt the team. But at the end of the day, what the fuck do I know? Who cares? You know?
Like, you guys don't think that they go over this shit in practice? Like, they just like dick off in practice?
Know, man.
Like it's a fucking Goya practice when we used to order pizza and just go like eat pizza in the corner. Like, these guys go over this shit in practice. They're paid millions of dollars. Shanahan knows what the fuck he's doing, and he's going to get the job done. He knows why he drafted that guy, what packages to use him in. He's going to throw him in there periodically. Same thing they did
with Taysom Hill, right?
Yeah, Taysom Hill did that, but I don't know if it's going to be. I mean, I think he's more of a quarterback than Taysom Hill.
Yeah, but I mean, the Saints used a dual quarterback threat in one fashion or the other. They used Drew Brees and they had Taysom Hill. Okay, fucking happened.
Brees was hurt a little bit, and yes, they threw Taysom Hill in for a couple plays, 1, 2, 3 plays. When Brees was healthy, they didn't throw Taysom Hill in all that much. Okay.
Right, so what?
If you want to use Trey Lance as an option quarterback, be my guest. But it's really not.
What about like an RPO? What about like an RPO?
It's an RPO.
Run pass option.
Look.
Yeah, if you want to do that, you can, but it's not going to make a huge difference in the outcome of the game.
It could. Dude, we've never had a fucking mobile threat since Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, that wasn't that.
It would be wonderful. I mean, dude, do you know that Trey Lance alone? I don't expect you to know this, so I'm going to tell you. In camp, he gave the defense fits. He just did. And you know what? That defense is better having that because we couldn't stop a mobile quarterback to save our ass. You understand? Dude, we couldn't save.
Goodbye, motherfucker!
Havoc said what? No penalty box for not knowing RPO. You're absolutely right, Havoc.
Yes, Izzy, I got to tell you something. The fact that Staley is living out there near and around Orange County, I think that this was like a trial opportunity for Staley to have some kind of like offensive coaching opportunities on the line there. That to me, like if Joe Staley doesn't have an opportunity to coach the Niners offensive line, they're doing a disservice to themselves because he was out there today, from what I could see, absorbing everything. I saw it, and it looked like Joe was like not giddy and hysterical and laughing and messing with the players. Like he was out there absorbing everything. And I think something's brewing, Izzy, where Joe Staley is going to come on as an offensive coordinator assistant. Offensive line assistant. And I think he's going to motivate the offensive line. I think he's going to get Aaron Banks in line. I truly believe that he's going to help Aaron Banks develop into the guard that he's supposed to be.
I would just caution you with the I would hope for Aaron Banks, but I would caution you against chalking Aaron Banks up as being a really good player.
Why?
Because I just, once again, with the Browns, and it's not just the Browns, it's other teams, you don't always get a great player in the second round. It doesn't always happen.
Dude, they're jumping the gun with this kid. He hurt his shoulder. Outside of the shoulder injury, they said he had slow feet. But there's context to this kid that everyone is forgetting, bro. We are asking him to change up the position that he built his career on. We're asking him to change it up entirely.
That's never a good recipe for success.
Just let me fucking finish. In camp, listen,
Nick,
in
stop
camp
fucking
for your
with me
team
tonight, please.
For your team, for the Bills, for everybody. Camp is an evaluation period for your draft picks.
Absolutely.
Okay. Don't expect that the beat writers are like, oh, well, Aaron Banks had slow feet. Okay, he had slow fucking feet. So what? Right? When the 53 gets trimmed down, we're going to work on development. All right? Nobody said this kid had to come out and be a fucking, an all pro. He's going to work on development. We're asking him to change the way he plays football. We're asking him to change. The least we can do is be fucking patient. All right? So we're going to be fucking patient. We're going to develop him into the player that we want him to be. I'm not even losing my mind over Aaron Banks. Not even a little bit.
I'm just saying there's been guys like
Myles Garret shitting on the field. What the fuck is going on?
Like I said, he can shit anywhere he wants. He's earned that right.
When you wear a suit like that at the draft,
Yep.
you shit wherever you want.
Shit wherever you want. Who's going to tell you otherwise? Yeah. Here's the thing: we drafted a guy early in the second
that
round.
is 100% correct. She is really spot on the McGlinchey claim. Joe Staley somehow he can make. Joe Staley can make Mike McGlinchey play at an all-time high.
He's not going to he's not going to be on the field with Staley.
I don't give a fuck. He's like the whisperer.
We drafted a guy out of Nevada a couple years back named Austin Corbett. Once again, he was an early second-round pick from us. And this was by an organization that was pretty good at drafting. And Austin Corbett sucks. Never once hit the field. I think he got cut by the Browns. So you can't always chalk up your second round offensive lineman as being they're gonna for sure they're gonna be the next guy. They're gonna be the cog that we're missing in our line. It doesn't always happen. I'm just telling you that just to be prepared if it doesn't happen.
The Browns have drafted and traded off so much capital. It blows my fucking mind.
Yeah, but the last couple of years they've been very good.
Yeah, because they figured out like we should probably keep these fucking people and develop them into something that we thought they should be.
They drafted smart. It was
lately they did.
Yeah, they drafted smart. They also been a little bit good in player development. Like Wyatt Teller wasn't a high draft pick. Wyatt Teller they developed and he's now a very good guard. So
are you happy? Are you happy with the way that your camp is going right now, both of you, the Bills and the Browns?
I'm fantastically happy. There's not other than Myles Garret taking a shit on the field. You haven't really heard too much negative going on.
Dude, I don't know what that is. That's kind of freaking me out a little bit, bro. But I mean, it is what it is. It's better than an injury,
bro.
It's better than an injury. Like I would hate to hear of a season-ending injury for Myles Garret. So if you're shitting on the field, bro, like take care of that. But
maybe I
wouldn't really worry about it too much.
Maybe he had to take a quick dump.
I think maybe he just
sometimes you eat something, you have to take a quick dump.
He pushed too hard and he shit himself.
Oh my God. We didn't even get to the would you rather yet.
Look, I'm trying to make up for lost time because I thought I was going to miss this episode in its entirety. So I just want to be here. We're so
blessed. We are blessed that you are with us, John.
I miss this, man, and I wanted to be here so bad, bro.
We're blessed that you're with us because it was like an awkward first date with me and Nick. It was like a blind date.
Like we were wondering whether or not we were going to play just a tip, just to see how it feels.
Oh my God.
You're weird. Take him out of here, dude. He's kind of creepy. Take him out.
Goodbye, motherfucker!
Jeez.
Yeah, Izzy, I got to tell you something, man. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way too, but I believe in second chances. So I'm not going to hold it to him entirely. It was kind of shady that he did that. You don't hit anybody with your helmet, man. That was crazy. I have no excuse for that, but like I really do like Myles Garret as the person. Like he wears his suit better than anybody. And if you try to deny that, you're not even right, bro. But you're not entirely wrong, Izzy. I agree with you, man. You don't hit anybody with a helmet.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
But listen, I got to tell you guys something.
Thank you.
I used to make fun of Nick and the Browns so bad that once they landed Stefanski, I told Nick, this is going to change everything. Did I not, Nick? Did I not?
Yeah, sure.
Fuck you. I made sure to side with my buddy. I was offering my camaraderie, so to speak. I was like, look, the Browns are going to be better than they've ever been under Stefanski. They're going to be better than ever, bro.
Melissa, you're absolutely right. It was just a very awkward first date. It was an awkward first date when it was just me and Nick. We shouldn't be alone together ever.
John's definitely the heart and soul. He brings the fire.
Spits that fire.
Dude, I missed coming on. I missed coming on here and being live with you guys, bro. Izzy and I, we get to chop it up in 49er chats across the board all week long. But I miss this with you guys, man. I really am happy to be here, man.
John, have you looked at the preseason college football top 5?
No.
And without looking, could you guess who the preseason college football top 5 is?
Alabama, Ohio State, Oregon. No. Okay. I mean, Ohio State, Alabama for sure. No.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're right with the first
Okay.
team. Man.
And we're just saying this because of how common these 5 teams are.
Well, I mean, who else is there? I mean, I'm only concerned about my Buckeyes. Anybody else in the Big Ten? Give me a clue.
The clue
Wisconsin?
is the national championship game for like the
who are
last
the
6
five?
years.
Who are the 5 teams?
Maybe it's just a bad game we're playing right now.
I mean, dude, I was really amped up on the Niners right now. Now you dial it back to college. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
It's Georgia, Ohio State, Clemson, Oklahoma, Alabama.
Okay. I mean,
We were just talking.
Conferences, I could have guessed.
We were just talking.
All right,
about
I should have known
how,
better. Okay,
This has been like the top 5 teams like the last like 4 years.
Dude, listen, Izzy, I'll tell you right now, Carl from the Shank Club has live footage of me freaking the fuck out when we drafted Trey Lance. He has that reaction, and I lost my mind. I actually turned around and hit everything in my office. And my office is like a prison cell. So like I had stuff on a shelf that I knocked over. We really got to get that footage. All right, back to the top 5 preseason games. Where are you guys going with it? So what?
You gotta calm down right now, or your office is going to be a prison cell. You're out of control tonight. You're out of control tonight, and I love it.
I've missed this, bro. I've missed it. I'm excited to be on with you guys, chopping it up.
Oh God, there's breaking news, guys. Did you guys get this news?
What?
No.
I traded out of the number 1 pick.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
why
no,
did
I got
you do that, bro? I mean, listen, I'm not going to question you for the fact that you hate the number 1 pick overall, but why did you do that, bro?
I did it.
Tell our viewers exactly what you did before you tell me why.
I traded. It's not a popular thing. I traded the number 1 pick in our fantasy football draft, the number 1 pick slot, to now be in the number 7 slot. So I went from pick 1 to pick 7.
I want everyone to absorb that for a second, because for the life of me, cannot. I mean, I get it from a draft perspective, but Tony, Nick and I would we would never trade the first pick for the 7th. I mean, never, bro. Never.
Actually, I've been thinking about it, but then I'm like, I could do what I want at 1.
Okay. So you know what this does for the show, by the way.
What's that?
I'm pick 7, Nick's pick 8, and John's pick 9.
Nice.
So we go
Did
right
you
in a
do it
row.
for the sake of the show.
Some may think
You
There's-
are such a dick.
there's conspiracies out there that people
You're
think
a
that I
dick,
did this.
bro.
There's conspiracies out there that think people that people think that I did this just for the sake of the show. But I did this for at the end of the season when I hoist up that trophy.
You are a dick.
No one can say it's because I had the number 1 pick. I'm gonna win this
No.
fucking thing from pick number 7.
I
Watch,
mean, dude, I can win this thing from 9. Listen, Izzy, Tony, we have 12 guys in a half PPR league, and Tony was lucky enough to get first pick in our draft, right? And I get an email. I'm sorry, I get a text message from our resident GM, so to speak,
commissioner.
from the commissioner, and Tony trades the first overall pick with the 7th overall pick. And I can't even wrap my head around it. Jerry, good to see you, brother. Thank you for joining him, man. I really appreciate you, brother. Thanks for coming in, man. So Tony here trades the first overall pick with our friend Petro at the number 7. And I had questions, Tony, and Dan cleared that up today when he sent that text message out, and it said that this was for the entirety of the draft, bro. I got to ask you, bro, please tell me why, and don't use the show as an excuse.
Well, I'm sure.
So-
No, Nick. This is Tony's answer.
I'm sure the reason probably is he likes somebody that he thinks he can get at 7, and he prefers to draft 7 because he can get the next pick comes closer to him.
Absolutely.
I'm kind of the same way, but I'm thinking, you know what? I did this before, and it kind of I've had the number 1 pick before, and I kind of like somebody else, but I felt like I couldn't pick that person at that spot, so I felt I was forced to pick, like, I guess what would be now like Derrick Henry, and I did it, and it bit me in the ass. And honestly, I'm at a point in time in my fantasy life where I'm just going to pick the person I want. And you know what? If I have the first pick, then guess what? I get the next 2 guys that come around me that I want.
Listen, at the end of the day, if someone wants to check my fantasy resume, by all means, check.
Oh,
I'll send it to you.
It's
I'll
impressive.
send-
Extraordinary. It's
I'll
good.
send you
It's
the.
good.
I'll send you
It's
the
good.
shit.
It's
Okay.
impressive.
And there's one thing you don't question. Okay.
Tony's
You
luck.
don't question the champ. Okay. Everyone's starting to question the champ. Why are you doing this? Why are you? Catch me in January when you guys are when I'm getting some Venmo and some PayPal from you motherfuckers. You guys are Venmoing and PayPaling my ass. Catch me in January. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, look, let me ask you guys a question. Would you guys be opposed? Then this is it's fantasy related, but it's kind of off topic. Would you guys be opposed to maybe let's get a DraftKings draft going on the channel, and even let the viewers come in and make some picks with us, and let's build a roster and let's submit it. And let's see what happens, right? I mean, what do we got to lose, right? I mean, listen, if we start the week with a DraftKings pick, let everyone, Jerry, we don't take Dogecoin, but if we did, Nick would be your guy because he's the guy playing the stock market right now.
Not having
How's
too
that
much success.
Listen, Melissa,
Although-
you're absolutely right. Melissa's talking about in that episode when I said I didn't like the number 2 guy picking right behind me, so I would always hear his bitching. That's a real thing. I didn't want to be right behind Bill because I didn't want to continuously hear, you fuck me again, Tony. So now I don't have to hear that, and we can continue. Where did all my stuff just go?
I know you have.
We
the
are at
Wizard out here.
$135.
What's a $135?
It might be time for final thoughts.
No, fuck no. This is just getting juicy.
This might be a 12-hour episode. John's that fired up right now.
I'm excited, bro. There's got to be. Listen, what did you guys cover tonight? What did you cover besides?
We covered some baseball stuff. We covered Honus Wagner's baseball card, which I'm pretty sure you don't really care about those
I
stuff.
don't. Moving forward, what else did you cover?
We talked a little bit about the Browns-Bills camp. We were saving the 49ers stuff for you.
No. Listen, we've got enough. We, as Jerry and Melissa and I, have had enough 49ers content. I want to know about the Browns and the Bills. Tell me what you guys are hearing from camp. What are you noticing? What is new? What is going on?
Well, like
The scary thing with Buffalo is I'm not hearing a lot. I mean, Diggs got dinged up the other day. I think he's back at practice already. But I'm not hearing a lot out of Bills camp, and I think that's a really good thing. I think everything's going smooth. Not a lot of injuries.
What you want to hear from camp is not a lot of injuries and basically keeping camp quiet. Not a lot of mischief going on there. Not a lot of tension building up in the locker room. And, you get the occasional player who's been doing good at camp. That makes you feel good. But don't read too much into it because in the grand scheme of things, it almost never works out that way.
Bullshit. I want to know about Greg Newsome.
From all accounts, Greg Newsome has been doing just fine. He had one bad play in the preseason game. But all in all, he's doing pretty well. He's doing about what you would expect a rookie cornerback to do.
Oh, wait a minute. We do have to talk about this Honus Wagner card. This baseball card, John, Honus Wagner sold for $6.6 million.
The highest ever, right?
Highest ever. But that's not the biggest. That's not the biggest news about it. The biggest news about it is Nick's uncle in Greece has the same card.
What?
No, had the same card. No one knows where this card's at anymore. My mom said. It got shown on TV one time, and my mom's like, "Oh, Theos Motoeki, my uncle has it."
Are you fucking kidding me right now, bro?
I was like, "Well, let's go to Greece and get that bitch."
Dude, we are going to leave Monday.
Like, my uncle passed away 40 years ago. I don't know where he's at.
Oh, my God, bro. Let's get on a plane Monday morning, bro. Let's go dig through his stuff.
That is in some landfill in Fulby.
Oh, my God. What a shame, bro.
Dude, that card, she never saw that card. She didn't know what that card looked like. I mean, chances are I'm giving her the benefit of doubt that it was a T card, but it wasn't the Honus Wagner card. They all look the same.
Listen, I'm over the card right now.
Isn't that nice though? Isn't that nice that his mom did that though?
Oh yeah, I'm sure she was just raving right now. She was just her radiant energy right now. Like, oh, she recognized that card.
Nick, we should on one episode we'll tell the audience how you tried to fix me up with her that one time. No, we'll leave that alone.
Never share that information. Not ever. Tony, listen, that potentially teeters you on timeout, bro.
I need a timeout. Fuck.
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I want to know about OBJ. He had an ACL injury. Okay.
Well, OBJ is still he's not in game mode yet. He's recovering. They said he should be fine by the beginning of the season. And maybe
fucking shit. I saw him in some squats, bro, squatting like 350. He was getting wild in there, bro.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah. What do you mean? That's if you're squatting 350, you're in game mode.
Yeah. I'm saying they're being cautious with him. But
have the Browns scrimmaged anybody yet?
Yeah, they played the Jacksonville Jaguars last, I want to say Friday, and my guy, the guy that I was waiting to see, the guy that I love, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, that guy looked like a potential star.
Was he getting time with the ones?
He didn't start the game, but he came in like fairly early and just when he was in there, he was dominant. He was covering receivers, he was covering tight ends, he was sacking the quarterback, he was stuffing the run. I mean, he was doing it all. He looked like freaking Derek Thomas out there. He was. I mean, again, granted, it is a scrimmage game. It's a preseason game, but it is what it is. He passed. They call it the eye test. He passed the eye test. He looked like a stud out there.
I got to be honest with you. He was a phenomenal pick. Yeah, dude, listen, the context is way.
If you're very interested, Izzy, we'll tell you the story in private.
Yeah, listen, we got to bring you on to tell you the story, bro.
Just make sure you didn't eat before we tell you the story.
No, bro, please don't do that to her. Jesus Christ.
Who's going to be better this year, Landry or Chark?
Like Jarvis Landry or Chark?
That's such a weird question. Chark's on the Jaguars still, right?
Yeah, that is a weird question. On top of that, you don't necessarily know. I mean, I think Chark's a good player, but you don't necessarily know if he's going to be the guy because everyone keeps talking about Laviska Shenault coming at some point in time being like
Jerry,
the focal point of their offense in the receiver game. They also got a guy in free agency that was pretty good, didn't they? Can't think of who it is.
The Browns?
No, Jacksonville.
Who? What did they get?
Oh, Marvin Jones Jr.?
Marvin Jones Jr. I mean, he's no slouch. He's been the number one in Detroit for a while.
No, he's been the number 2 for a while.
Who's been number 1? Oh,
Galladay.
Yeah, so I mean, but either way, he's no slouch. Plus, they have a couple other receivers too, so I don't know exactly how great Chark is going to be. As far as Landry goes, I wouldn't expect huge numbers from any of the Browns receivers because I think the ball will be and should be distributed pretty widely among them. I think you're going to have a decent amount, but not a crazy amount for either Landry or OBJ. I think you're going to have the receivers being able to take a couple. You're also going to have 2 other receivers that are going to be in some packages in Higgins, who Baker loves, and Donovan Peoples-Jones, who's probably going to get some run and take away some targets from OBJ and Landry. And on top of that, they're going to be a run-heavy team. You have 2 of the best running backs in the league on the same team. You have to use them. You have to find a way to utilize those guys. And I don't think you're going to have. If you're going to ask me who has the best year in terms of getting their team more success, I'd say Landry is going to do it, no doubt, because I don't think Jacksonville is going to be all that successful. But if you're asking who's going to put up the better numbers, I think Chark has a better ceiling to do that. But it all depends on whether or not Chark's like one of the main staples of that receiving core.
Havoc, not one bit. I actually am not afraid of the Titans. Listen, I'm only afraid of division rivals right now. I still feel that the 49ers are, as far as QB play, I feel like we're in the basement. But in regards to your question, the Titans, I don't fear the Titans one bit. I will say this though. The addition of Julio Jones and AJ Brown on both sides of the field freaked me out. So you know what? Let me dial this back. Yeah, actually, I am worried about the Titans. For whatever reason, I was thinking of the Texans, and I was like, nah. But the Titans, with the addition of Julio Jones, it freaks me out entirely. I read that wrong. Havoc, tell me who is your team? What is your team? Are you a Niners fan? Where are you at right now? Put that in the comments, please. Because the Titans do freak me out with the addition of Julio Jones. They freak me out entirely. Derrick Henry, Julio Jones, AJ Brown, to say the least, that freaks me out. It should freak Nick out more than anything, though.
Why?
Because the Titans, weren't you guys beating the Titans by like 30? And they came back and lost the game by maybe a possession? Am I wrong?
I don't know what the hell's going on here, Nick. What are you doing to me?
I gotta
Fuck.
go to the bathroom, but I have to address this real quick. We were fucking up the Titans, John, and we just let the game play out. It was the same way with the Steelers. We were fucking up the Steelers, and we just let the game play out. We had that game won. They didn't almost come back. It didn't almost happen. We were fucking them up.
Even Nick was
like-
hoping John. Nick was
It was
hoping John wasn't going to get on this episode. I thought it was going to be a 30-minute episode, so he could go take his shit. Now he's clinching.
It was
He's
like
about to pull a Myles Garret right here on this practice field.
It was like that time Lemmingwinks beat up WikiLeaks.
Oh,
He was fucking
bro.
So Havoc's a Titans fan since '99. He said he has the tattoo to
All right,
prove
now
it.
I'm one.
Wow, bro. That is impressive. Dude, I am so happy to have a Titans fan in the chat right now. It
I
makes
know.
me feel like we are accomplishing something. Dude, listen, hats off to you guys in the addition of Julio Jones. With a healthy AJ Brown and Julio Jones, I mean, that is impressive. I thought Shanahan would work some kind of crazy magic and we would be able to entice Julio Jones to join the Niners, but clearly that didn't work out. Hats off to you guys. I'm nervous, bro. I am nervous.
Boy, I'll tell you
Wow,
what, that
bro.
Super Bowl was so sick against the Rams. You remember that, John?
George?
What's that? I think it was
George?
99, the 99 Super Bowl, the Rams and Titans, with Steve McNair, Eddie George, and it came down to that last play. And I want to say it was Dyson. Was it Dyson? Havoc would
I
think it
know
was
better than
Dyson.
us.
I want to say it was Dyson that stretched out and came up like a yard short, and they would have won the game. It was such a good Super Bowl. But I think the Titans are set up. I think the Titans are set up to destroy this year. It's going to be.
Dude.
They got Arizona, which is good for you, John. They got Arizona week 1. They'll probably. I think they'll beat Arizona. It was Dyson, but it was originally supposed to go to George.
Wow.
I mean, that was one of the best endings to a Super Bowl. I remember sitting there. I want to say we were at Ryan's house watching that Super Bowl, and when that guy came up a yard short, it was like everyone was just standing there like, no, this wasn't supposed to happen. Isn't that what happened in what movie was that? Was it Friday Night Lights that they came up short, or Varsity Blues? I think Varsity Blues they ended up winning.
Varsity Blues they won. It might have been Friday Night Lights. I don't exactly remember how it ended, but I know it was supposed to be like the next year after the movie they won.
Yeah, Melissa, it's funny you remember you talk about Delaney Walker. I love Delaney Walker. I would get him on my fantasy team, I feel like, every year. Delaney Walker was a sick ass tight end. I don't know. I just kind of always liked the Titans. So I'm glad to have you here, Havoc.
By all means, Havoc, how did you get in touch with us? How did you find us? I'm always interested to hear that.
He might be interested to know when you got your squirt, Nick.
I just picked up another one.
Would you pee in a barrel next to the computer stand? I mean, where did you go that you came back so quick, bro?
I went to the less time-consuming one.
Wait. It's a Thursday night game with the Niners traveling to Nashville. Oh wow, bro. Listen. I used to tease Nick about the Browns-Titans game last year when the Browns were up like
It's not a tease though. That's the only thing.
Oh, dude, I rode you like the. Listen,
it doesn't bother me.
it wasn't supposed to bother you, bro. I was just clowning you.
Like,
I just wanted to mess with you.
Yeah, but you have to be able to get something that messes with me. Like I mess with you all the time, and it gets to you.
Havoc said you guys came up on YouTube after the Julio trade.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
YouTube algorithm working in our favor.
So by the grace of God,
that alva rhythm.
Yeah, that algorithm is phenomenal, bro.
That YouTube algorithm is finally paying off, fellas.
So Havoc,
we're happy to have you, Havoc.
Yeah, bro. I hope you stick around, but I basically make these so I make these hashtags that are supposed to help benefit the channel on YouTube, and evidently it actually worked, and you found us. So I hope that you enjoy the content, bro. Thanks for coming out.
When we first started, we had like 6 people watching, and every time we get a new viewer, especially we get a lot of 49ers fans from John's networking, but when we get a random Titans fan, it's kind of exciting to us.
I'll tell you what, Titans, 49ers traveling to Tennessee on a Thursday night. That sounds like a dangerous game, John.
I mean, listen, anytime Julio Jones, Izzy and I watched Julio manhandle us in the 2019 season. It was like a trap game, bro. It was like the 2-minute drive, bro, and they chewed us up. We lost to the Falcons, bro. And Julio Jones put like 21 up on us. It was kind of nasty.
Why do I feel like Thursday night, up until like a few years ago, I feel like every Seattle 49ers game was like a Thursday night game. I feel
oh my God, bro. If you want to,
am I imagining that?
If you want to watch me lose my mind,
it's going to be the game.
Seattle.
It's going to be the game of the games of the year.
Like, bro, I stopped. I don't
maybe
feel
49ers the Rams.
Like I don't have feeling from my chest to my legs, bro. Like I lose feeling. Like I lose my mind. Like I fall on the floor, bro. Like
I will call off of work. Dude, to watch John watch the 49ers Seahawks.
No way, bro. Dude, I could be dude, I could literally like I should be medicated and then taken to a mental facility. Like I lose my mind versus Seahawks, bro. Like I run around the house, bro. I scream, I yell, I kick shit. I mean, it's not right, bro. It's like it's not healthy. It's not healthy.
I think we're gonna do live shows. Did you talk to Nick about this yet, John?
I haven't even mentioned it to him because he's like texting Nick is like sending pigeons in the fucking 1800s, bro. Like you don't get a response.
Yeah, Harry Potter owl. Hedwig. No, I hear you. He never responds to shit.
He's the worst, bro.
But we've been talking about Nick having like live streaming it, live watching us, having us watch games and then streaming it, just to watch how crazy we go. Especially John. That's on another level. I'll probably be at B-Dubs every week watching the games.
I sent you a video, and I don't know if you've seen it.
I watched the video, but
you watched the video.
I'm gonna have to talk with John.
That's a video. That's a video of the United States men's soccer team against Jamaica.
No, you didn't. He was playing a video game, the one that you sent me.
No. You got to see the one where he was watching the soccer game versus Jamaica. The video game was like kind of good, but like the one
who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about a soccer game against Jamaica?
Dude, it was. Listen, it mattered because we were trying to win the. Nick, let me.
Here's the thing: a soccer game. If you're watching a soccer game,
it's
wait kind of one of those. What's that?
Havoc's throwing some fire out here. AJ is better than DK.
He might be.
my God, bro.
I wouldn't disagree
I'll
with that.
take him up on that. I would agree with him on that.
I don't think DK
Just that quick. That quick. You guys are gonna.
Oh my God, dude!
Forfeit DK that quick.
Bro,
I think
was that AJ Brown was a reckoning. Injured last year, bro. He had like an ankle injury. He was nasty.
I think AJ Brown's a better all-around receiver than DK. I think DK has the
100%.
has the luxury of playing with one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game, and
You know that DK really only runs one route.
Yeah,
It's a streak.
Yeah,
and he has one of the best deep ball passers of all time with Russell Wilson getting him the ball. So I was just amazed to see how quick you guys went in AJ's defense there. But I agree with that as well. I'd probably take AJ over DK as well. Didn't they both go to the fucking same college?
I don't know. I don't know where.
I think they both went to Ole Miss. And I think if that's the case, that's the most amazing wide receiver duo.
Ole Miss should have been better.
Ole Miss should have been way the fuck better.
I'm not sure if they both went to Ole Miss. I don't even know if anyone went to Ole Miss, to be completely honest.
I want to say both of them went to Ole Miss.
You know what, Havoc? I got to tell you something. So if those two microsurgeries mattered and they made the difference in his overall stability for 16 weeks, bro, so be it. Like AJ Brown is one of my favorite players on the DL. I love AJ Brown, and Tony is going to watch me draft him and smoke him.
What round do you plan on taking AJ Brown?
You better take him early.
Take him early.
I mean, he might be a second-round receiver.
Listen, Nick, you know what? I will take best available until I'm taking AJ Brown any way you cut it.
I told Rizzo. I was texting Rizzo the other day when I called in the trade. I said I want to be close to Nick and John for the show, and I said not to mention.
You did that, bro.
I said not to mention I want to be real close to John because his entire team is going to be Trey Lance, Sermon, and
No
Mostert.
way, bro. No, I tried that years ago. It didn't work.
No shit.
Dude, it didn't work. I was like fourth in the league, bro.
Especially on bye week. That's some good shit. Yeah. Havoc said they were both teammates.
I think people are expecting. I think people are expecting AJ Brown to be a top 5 or 6 receiver.
Yeah, bro. He had 1,000 yards
top
receiving, and he was injured probably a third of that. So
he's probably getting double teamed too. You can't double team him with Julio on the field.
49ers Chanel, thank you for showing up, bro. I appreciate you having us, man. If we can entertain you tonight after all the 49er content that you've had all week long, so be it. But this channel, first and foremost, we are a Browns fan, a Niners fan, and a Bills fan. Guys, welcome 49ers Chanel to the channel, please.
Welcome 49ers Chanel.
Welcome to the channel.
Welcome to the channel.
Nick,
I feel like we rolled out the red carpet just now. I feel like 49ers Chanel's the real deal.
I think he deserves it. I think he deserves the red carpet rolled out for him.
Red carpet coming out.
Anytime we get support from the Niner fan base, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for coming around. Nick, the Titans are going to give the Browns fits this season.
Listen, I just don't think. I mean, I know they got Julio, which is.
Do they play? Do they play each other this year?
I'm sure they play at some point. I'm not 100%.
I would imagine so. Let me look it up.
I don't think they.
But
I'll tell you what, I'm scared for week 1, to be honest with you. We got
Either way, I'm not scared of Pittsburgh. We're going to fuck them up.
I'm scared of Pittsburgh because I don't think the same way as you. I don't think that Pittsburgh's just all of a sudden going to suck. I don't know where the fuck you're getting this. And you're not, I'm not just saying you, but like nobody is giving Pittsburgh any credit. And that's what scares the living shit out of me. Ben just lost like 30 pounds. He's in the best shape of his life.
Yeah.
I know you don't give a shit, but I'm just saying, you know, and you also know that they started the year 11-0 last year.
Yeah, they were the worst 11-0 team in the history of football.
Well, you know what? They were fucking 11-0. Their
Yeah.
defense is sick, and they got healthy coming into this year. They drafted Najee Harris, who's going to be a stud at the running back position.
I don't think that's going to work out as well as people think it's going to.
What's going to be bad about it?
I mean, I don't think he's that much of an upgrade over James Conner. I just don't.
Are you? Wait, are we talking about Najee Harris, bro?
Yeah.
Are you high?
I don't think he's that much of an upgrade over. I didn't stop.
Havoc. I agree. The offensive line is a mess, but it was the offensive line was a mess last year too, and they made changes to it. Got a little younger on the offensive line. And I'm not just saying like, oh shit, the Steelers are going to win the Super Bowl. I'm just saying like, watch out for. I mean, you never discount them. Never count them out because they will, especially you, Nick.
I think the Browns,
being a Browns fan, they will fuck you. I promise.
I think the Browns are a premier team in the NFL. I think the Steelers are a mid-range team in the NFL.
Okay.
Built primarily on their defense, and that's that.
Okay.
But I don't think they're a danger. I don't necessarily think that they're going to be that much worse than the Ravens. I think the Ravens are probably going to be better, but you know, I think people overrate the Ravens a little too.
I think
I'm not being an over anxious fan. I think the Browns are the class of that division, and it's not even close.
You remember that Monday night game? There was probably never a more exciting Monday night game, maybe ever, in Cleveland, Ohio, than when they faced the Ravens last year.
Yeah,
and they were winning, I think they took the lead late, and then Lamar Jackson was like back in the locker room getting worked on, and then you just saw him coming out. It was almost like how John came into the episode tonight.
But
you just saw him coming out of the locker room, and he came in with like and threw one pass in like 5 seconds and took the lead back from the Browns.
But you got to realize something: the Browns' defense was not good last year. The Browns' defense, I told you, their 75% is new personnel, and it's all upgrade. Their defense has been all upgraded. They had
all I'm going to say is at some point you have to stop. And I do this as a Bills fan. So hear me out. At some point you have to stop and say, it's still the fucking Browns.
No. I don't agree with that at all. You don't say it's still the Browns. Because I think if you take the Browns away, if you take the name of the Browns off that team and you put that roster on any other team, if you put that roster on the Los Angeles Rams, or if you put that roster on the Las Vegas Raiders, you're talking that team, everyone's saying that team's going to be a top 3 team.
But they're not on that team.
Okay.
That's not what the jerseys say. They say Browns on it.
Bad teams get good. Good teams get bad. It all happens. Unfortunately, it's been a long, long time that the Browns have been bad. But you got to think eventually they're going to get good. Eventually they're going to get it right. Something's going to happen where they're finally going to realize what's a formula to success. When I was young, the New England Patriots were shit. And they had been shit for decades. And now what happened? The Patriots.
Havoc, I'm not looking forward to that Bills Titans Monday Night Football game. I don't want any stiff arms. I don't want any stiff arms again this year. from D. Henry.
Listen, Greg Roman has had success as a coordinator for quite some time with mobile quarterbacks. I would love to see who Greg Roman is without a mobile quarterback. It changes everything. But he's right. We did not have long-term success with Greg Roman under the helm when we had Colin Kaepernick.
I mean, yeah, but basically what I was saying. Like a lot of a lot of teams had been bad in our lifetime and became good. Indianapolis Colts were terrible when we were younger, and all of a sudden, but they had been good in previous decades, and then they were crappy, and then they became good under Peyton Manning.
Listen, you're number 8. Number 8 best odds to win the Super Bowl. I think that's phenomenal. I'm excited for you.
Yeah, you should probably.
I'm excited for.
I think that should be 4 at least.
No,
now you're getting fucking crazy.
You are,
should be 4 at least, and the only other team I put up there is your Bills. When I say 4 at least, I would actually put them 3
over Buffalo.
I would put them 3 over Buffalo, but I can understand you saying that Buffalo should be over them. But there's no other team that I think that should be over them other than the Bucs and the Chiefs.
I don't have the odds in front of me, but I'll tell you what. I for some reason I'm if I had to lay the money down and to take some with decent odds that's not like the Chiefs or the Buccaneers, I'd probably go Green Bay. Just because I could see Rodgers throwing a last fuck you to them and going out a champion, and I could just see him winning to spite them. You know what I'm saying? I could see them winning the championship this year.
I mean, every time you have Rodgers on the team, you always are going to have a shot. I mean, he's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Havoc. I couldn't have said it any better. 2 years ago, everyone was talking about the Browns being in the Super Bowl.
No.
Next thing you know, they had like a top 5 pick.
If you would have asked me, I would not have said they were going to the Super Bowl. I knew that there were holes on that team. This year they have no holes.
Where were the holes? 2
years ago?
The first year with Odell.
The first year with Odell, well, they traded one of the centerpiece of their offensive line for that, and their offensive line was crap. So
who's that kid out of Michigan they traded? That kid out of Michigan, that safety.
Safety out of Michigan.
Remember, he was I think he was up there for like the Heisman.
Yeah, I almost can't even remember his name now.
They drafted Trent Delpit in 2019.
Yeah,
they drafted Greg Newsome in 2020. In 2018, they drafted
he was like the guy who did everything on Michigan.
Yeah, he was up for like the Heisman, I think.
Yeah, sometimes he played like running back and receiver. I just can't remember his name.
Oh yeah, Havoc. Everyone was putting the Browns in the Super Bowl that year, and I remember Week 1 came, and Derrick Henry shit all over them.
Yeah. You wouldn't have heard that. You wouldn't have heard that from me. I was not one of those people. I was a little excited about the season. I thought we might have been better than we were, and to be completely honest, we did win like 7 games, which was much better than we did in previous years. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't thinking Super Bowl. I was disappointed with how it went. I thought we were going to be a little better. I thought we might have been a playoff team that year, but I was never saying Super Bowl.
Yeah, John, you hate the Packers, right, John?
Yeah, I will lose my mind. She knows that for a fact. I will absolutely melt down. Look,
a lot of heartbreak against the Packers throughout the years for those 49ers.
You know, not so much. Not recently, bro. Not recent,
but
we've owned Aaron Rodgers in 2019. We embarrassed him. Significantly embarrassed him, bro. But
the TO days, right?
Oh my God. You know, did you guys see that he wants to come back and play? He believes that he is not washed. I mean, that Tony, the fact that you brought up TO today I read that tweet that he wants to come back and play in the league.
I mean, so do I.
He's the guy that likes to chase after the headlines.
Yeah, T.O., you're done, buddy. I liked you while you were there, but you're done. Remember our playoff predictions? What was that, like episode 2? We need to bring that back.
It might have even been episode 1.
I don't think it was episode. It was either 2 or 3. John, we should bring back that email and let people know about those picks. Remember we had that bet?
Oh yeah.
Well, I picked Green Bay. I know I picked Green Bay, so that was a good pick.
You did. I think I did. I think I took Chicago like an idiot.
I think you guys both did.
No, John
Hold
took
on.
Green Bay too, I think.
I have these. So
We told our viewers though, our subscribers, if they email the email that we have, we'll be able to we're gonna auction off a jersey, not auction, but raffle off a jersey. And John and Nick are gonna have to pay for it once I get the guess more of the playoff teams. No, but my picks suck looking back on it. I picked the Colts. Like, what the fuck was I thinking? I
will
like,
tell you, you had the Ravens, the Colts, the Patriots, and the Chiefs. I chose the Browns, Colts, Bills, Chiefs. Nick chose Browns, Titans, Bills, Chiefs. That was the AFC Division Championship. The AFC wild card, Tony, you chose the Steelers. You had the Steelers, Bills, Titans. Nick had Ravens, Colts, Chargers. So basically,
I picked your whole division, John, in the NFC.
You did. Tony, you
I took the 49ers, the Rams, the Cardinals, and the Seahawks.
Yeah, you did.
Oh,
absolutely.
Jesus. We'll get those back up on the next episode so people can email us and we can get them in that raffle for that jersey. Yeah, I like that idea though about DraftKings, John. Maybe picking like a live on here.
Absolutely. We bring up the roster. We give everybody a chance. Somebody makes a pick, and we go with it. We run with it. Izzy and I did something similar the other night with the Nitty Gritty Niners crew, and we got to have a little say in what we chose. But I think we should run a DraftKings roster and see what we can put together, just for the hell of it. It would be fun.
And yeah, Melissa, that was the year of the Kitchens, Freddie fucking Kitchens.
Dude, what a bum, bro. I mean, that dude was a doormat. We'll just leave it at that. He was a doormat.
Picks live, but no picks from the penalty box, Nick. Nick cannot make those promises. He spends half the fucking episodes. I rewatched our episode with Dion from 2 weeks ago, and Nick, you were in the every time you spoke, you were in the fucking penalty box. You were like word for word, like penalty box. It was unbelievable. You only said 5 words in the whole fucking episode. Oh, Jesus. Okay, do you guys want to get to the would you rather?
Sure.
Let's do it.
All right, and please, if you're watching live with us, chime in on the comments. Here, this might be the greatest would you rather ever. I think I asked the entire island of Aruba this would you rather, and I was pretty shocked. I think it was like 90% to 10% when it came down to it. So the would you rather for this week. And I'm going to start with we'll start with you, Nick.
Okay.
Would you rather take a knife and cut off one of your fingers? You get to choose which finger it is.
Okay.
Or would you rather randomly shit your pants once a week? You have no idea. You have no idea when it's coming.
I have no idea when it's coming. Ugh. If I knew when it was coming, I'd definitely pick shit pants.
No,
random. It's random.
Like, and also, can I keep a clean pair of underwear on me at all times?
No.
Yeah, absolutely. John, you know.
Have you seen his car, bro? He's like a carny.
I know if I'm going to shit my pants once a week, I'm going to keep underwear on me.
Listen, you could be in the middle of, a relationship with whoever you're with. You could be.
You got to be understanding of this problem.
In the line at the bank. You could be at a wedding, walking down the aisle. You never know when it's going to hit you? Or
I feel like I would probably.
Or you chop off one of your fingers.
I feel like I would probably keep a pair of underwear on me all the time, and when it happens, I'd go change.
So you're going randomly shit
Also,
yourself.
you also gotta ask: is it a squirt? Is it a full on? Is it?
All right,
is it
bro.
full-on
It's a would you
diarrhea?
rather, bro. It's
That
not, we're not getting
depends.
Details.
That depends on what you ate that day, buddy.
I'm gonna have to change my diet.
You do what you got to do.
You have to get a lot of fiber in me to keep that solid.
What's your final answer?
I'd probably pick shit my pants.
You're a vile human.
Just
being,
because
bro.
I can keep an extra pair of underwear on me. I can change my diet to make it hard. Where that changing of the underwear, I just have to do a book shot and put it somewhere.
John, how about you? John, how about you, buddy?
Bro, I'm going full Ronnie Lott, and I'm cutting off a finger. I'm cutting off a finger.
As a Niners fan,
That's another thing. Do you have to do it yourself?
yes.
Or can
Dude,
somebody
I'll
do
do
it
it myself.
for
Dude, I'm not shitting myself. There's
You
a
gotta cut it.
disaster waiting to happen.
You got to cut off your own finger.
Because like you could put some lidocaine on that and just
Nah,
but I wouldn't even know.
listen. Because you have that nurse background, you are afraid to chop off a finger. Bro, I'm losing a finger. I'll take the pinky right here. This.
Hey,
Gone.
John. This is a trick question for John. John doesn't have feeling in his hand. John doesn't have feeling in his hand because he stuck his hand in the deep fryer.
No, he's got to pick the other hand.
He's got to pick the other hand.
He's got to pick the other hand.
He's got to pick the hand. He's got to pick the hand that wasn't stuck in the deep fryer.
Okay, all right. To be fair, so that the viewers understand why I have no feeling in my right hand, and I am right-handed, is that I burned the living shit out of my hand when I was my 8th grade summer going into my freshman year. I burned the hell out of my hand. So I don't feel my hand. Yes, I have a restaurant background. So I burned my hand significantly, and I lack some feeling.
You should see John at the restaurant now. He's like a superhero. He just like picks like fish come out of the fryer, and he just like grabs them like straight out of the fryer.
He goes Terminator on him.
Nonetheless, bro, all right. I will give up my pinky finger on my left hand before I shit my pants any day of the week, bro, at any given time. I'm never facing that music, bro. So I'm chopping off a finger. I'm going full Ronnie Lott.
I like that.
Yes,
I like that.
I said I would shoot myself in the foot. Clearly, I am not wrapped right, bro. I will significantly hurt myself.
It's sad to say, but I think those two choices are the better of the choices in those scenarios.
I'm not. Yeah, Nick has no problem admitting to any of our viewers that he will gladly shit himself at any given point.
Plus, as a nurse, I deal with shit a lot, and it really doesn't bother me as much. I don't think it's shit as bad as the fact of it.
Bro, it's a would you rather, and you don't even have the nerve to cut off a finger, bro. You'll just. I mean, bro, it's the
like
perfect...
I said, it depends. If it's like diarrhea, if it's like guaranteed diarrhea all the time, I might pick finger. But
yes, bro, yes,
I might pick finger. But if it's gonna be like one log,
no, bro, it's the rest of your life. This is a would you rather for the rest of your life.
Take out my spare pair of underwear, toss it, give it a quick wipe, and then ready to go. I'm good for a whole week.
Listen,
90% of Aruba agreed with John that they would cut their finger off. Only a small number of people chose to shit your pants.
They're forward. They're not forward-thinking people.
My response to everyone was, I already randomly shit myself twice a week now. So if you're only asking me to do it once, I'm actually benefiting from this.
Once you hit 35, you start becoming a lot more regular. Everything becomes a lot more of an emergency.
listen,
I asked the hockey player. I said, would you rather cut off one of your fingers? And I'm thinking he plays hockey. He's going to need that finger.
Definitely.
He goes, absolutely finger. I am not shitting myself.
Tony, listen, please share with Havoc and Izzy.
Havoc.
and
Havoc.
Jerry.
It's one time versus once a week for life. No, it's once a week for life. Havoc. It's once a week for life, or the finger.
Plus, you got to realize at some point in time, if you're lucky to get to that age, you're probably going to shit yourself a lot anyway.
Dude, you're awful. So if I read this in the group
I've
chat
seen
correctly,
it. Aging ain't fun.
You hit that age, you're like, oh, thank God, I could do this. I could do this normally now. I got friends around me in this nursing home that are
Really?
shit up.
Be like, once a week. The fact that I only get to shit my pants once a week's a fucking blessing.
no, dude. Yo, Havoc said
that's actually a blessing because later on, I'm only going to shit myself once a week.
Listen,
You're going
Havoc
to shit
said-
yourself. You're going to be shitting yourself every 5 seconds.
Listen, bro, you take a finger, bro. We're done. We are not
Long-term investment.
Yep,
Havoc and I are on the same page, bro. We are not shitting ourselves, bro. If it's a would you rather, Nick, you always find the way. You always take the most unreasonable route, bro.
I think
Listen.
my reason's perfectly reasonable.
If I read this group chat right, guys, Tony was on vacation with his wife and they came across some friends and Tony met an NHL hockey player. And when Tony asked, before he knew that this was an NHL player, he says, "What do you do for a living?" And the guy says, "I'm a hockey player for the NHL." And Tony says, "Okay, I'm a Columbus Blue Jackets fan or whatever they're called. And I only follow them." And he goes, "Okay, yeah, I played for them 2 years ago."
He called me out. I said, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" He goes, "I'm an NHL hockey player." I said, "Oh, sorry. Sorry, I don't really follow hockey too much, just the Blue Jackets." He goes, "Yeah, I played for them 2 years ago."
So Tony says, I don't follow that.
I actually just started following them like this year.
So Tony doesn't recognize this NHL player from the broadside of a
To be honest though, you're not going to recognize a hockey player. You just won't. If Sid the Kid Crosby could walk in the restaurant that I'm at, I would not know who the hell he was.
Because we are not hockey fans, bro.
But they wear helmets and it just doesn't look the same. You can have like a basketball player that gets like 5 minutes a game, and I know who he is when he came in the restaurant.
Yeah, and the guy had
follow the sport, bro. You would.
And the guy, he had all of his teeth, and I was like, "You ain't shit." I said, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, I'm a fucking hockey player too." Oh, really, buddy?
Oh my god.
No, but we Googled him. He's legit. And I think, John, you reached out to him to see if we can get him on the show.
I did,
day.
bro. I
He's
sent that
legit.
photo of the two of
He's
you,
legit.
bro.
He's been in the league for a long time, and he makes way more money than we'll ever make. So
And he has
he was laughing now.
He's got 2 gold medals from the under 18 Olympic team or some shit like that.
That's awesome.
But you know what?
That dude could die tomorrow and he'll be more successful than we've ever been. So
Yeah, but the bottom line is he's got all of his teeth. He's got all of his teeth, and he was partying with me in Aruba. Like, come on, buddy. Get your fucking standards up a little bit. Get yourself together. I'm over there randomly shitting myself in the pool. Get a better group of friends, buddy.
Dude, get your priorities straight, bro.
Yeah.
This guy is from
Get your life
Ohio,
together.
bro. Oh wow, my God, Tony, that is hilarious, bro. Like, how awkward and fun at the same time. At the end of the day, bro, you had a great time. I heard you guys won some kind of fun. I don't know, what was it? Couples? Explain it to me.
Yeah, they pulled up 3 random couples on stage, and you had to do these little different activities like chug a beer together. So they randomly picked me and Christina, which I told her, let's not sit in the front row. That's who the fuck gets picked for these things. She goes, no.
How many was Christina in at the time?
No, we were sober at the time.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh my God.
So we get picked, randomly picked, because we're sitting in the front fucking row. And on the way up, I'm bitching at her like, you see, that's why the fuck you don't sit in the front row. So we get up there, we look at each other. I said, we're gonna put our differences aside right now. We're gonna win this motherfucker. and there was 5 different events, and me and Christina won all 5 events.
Wow, bro.
He dominated.
Oh, we murdered.
Dominant.
Yeah,
Sober, bro?
Sober.
Oh my God. Good for you, man. Holy smokes.
We won like a couples massage and like a professional photography thing. We got so drunk the rest of the trip we didn't even do any of the shit that we got for free. But you know what? The Cardarellis dominated that shit.
Good for you, bro. Hats off, man. Congratulations. That's a lot of fun, man. Nick, clearly the Yorkie in Izzy's household would probably maul you to death, and I would pay to see that.
Yeah.
Dogs love me.
Oh,
Dogs
yeah.
don't fucking love you.
Dogs love me.
My dog loves Nick.
John's dog would gladly, if me and John were hanging off a cliff, Gemma would gladly save me.
All
I
right,
don't know
relax
why.
with that, bro. She loves you to death, bro, but she's not picking you over me.
Yeah. I don't give her anything, and her love's unconditional to me. The only reason she loves you is because you give her food all the time.
Dude, she's alive because of me, bro. What have you done?
John,
All
where were
you do
you?
is criticize.
That's what's so crazy about it.
John, what were you gonna say about you want me to tell someone something?
Oh my, I've forgotten right now, man.
Melissa, if you like stories, you haven't heard shit yet. This Nick character down below.
Oh,
we got a million. We got a million of this kid. This kid's fucked up. You've never met anyone like him, I promise.
Listen, if one of these days we just do we set aside sports because sports are a given. If we just do a story time for the first 20 minutes, bro, I assure you we will capture the attention of half of the world, bro. Because
just a real quick one. Just a real quick one. I was living with Nick down here in Columbus, and he had like $5 left to his name, and in his bank account.
It was a bad time in my life.
He came up to me and said, "Can I borrow $20?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely." I gave him $20. I come out of the kitchen after cooking some dinner. I come out of the kitchen, and Nick closes the laptop real quick. I said, "What are you doing? Watching porn right here in the dining room?" He goes, "No." I said, "Well, what are you looking at?" He goes, "I don't want to tell you." I said, "Nick, tell me what you're looking at." He real shamefully opens the computer. I thought I was going to see some porn or something. And he had a gambling website. And I was like, "What are you doing? You just said you don't have any fucking money." He goes, "Well, I got $5 left in my account, and I just did a 12-team parlay that's gonna pay out. That's gonna pay out like $2,800."
Oh my god!
It was an NBA and a 12-team NBA parlay, and I remember you lost the very first game of the fucking parlay.
You have to understand something with Tony. Tony embellishes almost every story he'll tell you. It wasn't a 12-team parlay; it was a 4-team parlay. I would have won like $500. I would have won like $500, and I almost won the parlay. I remember it was the Charlotte Bobcats versus the Indiana Pacers, and I picked the Pacers, and I thought for sure they were going to win, and the Charlotte Bobcats ended up beating them. So I lost the parlay.
So the point is that you lost, bro.
Melissa,
so you were still broke as shit.
Melissa,
Columbus.
I know you said earlier that your friends can call you Izzy. I really want to call you Izzy, so I'm really hoping you could consider me a friend at this point. I want to call you Izzy because it's easier.
She'll definitely go with Izzy, bro.
The boxing episode when Nick was gonna fight the world champ, Kelly the Ghost Pavlik. Yeah, that was classic shit. That's just we're just scratching the surface.
Oh shit, dude! Oh my god, my chest hurts. Oh, dude, my chest hurts.
I wanted to let everyone know that we're also a veteran show. Me and Nick are both veterans. We're in the military. We actually joined the military on a buddy program. So we went to boot camp together. So we got boot camp stories from the Air Force. Those will be some good stories we'll share with the crew eventually.
And if you want to know how old we were, if we were still in the military, and about actually
2 days ago.
2 days. No, it was 5 days ago.
5 days ago. We retired. We fucked that all up, buddy.
We would have retired 5 days ago if we would have just stayed in.
All right, I got the go ahead. I'm good to go with the Izzy. Thank you very much. You guys have anything else? We're on for 2 hours and 30 minutes. This has been a fucking wild show. John, thank you for coming in and saving the day. You threw us the life vest and you saved the day because it was fucking awkward without you, buddy. I can't do it.
I was listening. It wasn't terrible. You guys were.
Yeah, we felt. Fine. Yeah, our heart wasn't into it.
I can't do it with just him.
We felt compelled to go on because we didn't have an episode last week.
Listen. I'm so glad that you guys gave it a shot because if you didn't give it a shot, and Nick, with you and those advertisements, can you not advertise anything yet, bro? Just pump the brakes, bro. Listen, tonight was completely unexpected. The weather here has been a fucking nightmare. Okay, I thought we had a foolproof plan downstairs, but evidently that came back to bite me in the ass. So, it could have been worse. Thank God, bro. We have concrete floors down there, and it is what it is. But you guys did great, man. I just wanted to come in because I missed seeing you guys. Tony went on vacation. Nick, you went on vacation. I was stuck here, bro. Just holding down the fort. I'm glad you guys decided to go on. Gave me an opportunity to come in and hang out. Outside of that, you guys, what are your final thoughts?
So I'll go first. So there's we were going to talk about. We had this on the docket to talk about for like the last 2-3 weeks, but we haven't talked about it. So I'm going to bring it up as a final thought. Bobby Bowden passed away a couple weeks ago. Bobby Bowden was a huge college football giant in my lifetime. I always hated Bobby Bowden. I couldn't stand him when he was at Florida State. And you know how we love movies. We love sports movies and this. No movie has ever changed my opinion on somebody than when I watched We Are Marshall. And there was that scene where you know what I'm talking about, Tony?
Oh yeah.
The one where they go down to learn the veer because the veer was an easy offense to run. And they needed to run it because they didn't have enough players to run like a actual offense. They go down to West Virginia because Bobby Bowden was the closest guy that runs the veer, and he was the best. And they were shocked that Bobby Bowden welcomed them with open arms. And then you cut to another scene where they're watching tape, and then 2 players come in, and they come in to watch film, and Bobby Bowden goes, "Not today, guys." And they turn around, and they got the cross with the MU. The Marshall University thing on there, and there was a cross right next to it.
Yeah, that shit gave me chills. It gave me chills just when you were saying it just now.
And then I loved Bobby Bowden. I mean, for those who know me, the only thing that makes me cry are like sports movies, things with fathers, and like that's pretty much it. Like that was a great scene in the movies, and after that, I was like, I love Bobby Bowden. I was like, he's a great guy. Used to hate him.
I thought you loved the Syracuse basketball coach. What was his name?
Jim Boeheim.
Jim Boeheim. I love Jim Boeheim.
I thought that guy gave you the chills.
I just love it. He's just my favorite coach.
My final thought is I'm in my car driving. I get Sirius XM, and I did a DraftKings for baseball, and I had some Brewers people on my team. So I tune into the Brewers Sirius XM channel, and you guys aren't going to fucking believe who I hear.
Who?
Bob Uecker.
Bob Uecker. Bob Uecker is like a giant in Milwaukee.
But you're not following what I'm trying to get to.
150 years old.
The fact that he's still fucking calling games, John. Bob Uecker is the guy from the major league movies that's commentating the major league, the Indians games and the major league movies. I feel like he was like 70 then.
He was also the dad on one of my favorite 80s sitcoms, Mr. Belvedere.
Mr. Belvedere.
Oh my
I thought it was
God.
Who's the Boss.
I guess I never really realized it.
Bob Uecker.
Yeah, he's got to be at least 90 years old right now.
And he's still he sounds the exact same. Still calling the games. I think he's by himself. Not
Jerry
even
thought
like
Jerry thought he kicked the bucket.
I did too, Jerry.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought you were going to say, because I was like, "What's the only thing in Milwaukee that could surprise him?" But yeah.
Bob Uecker still commentating Brewers games. I thought that was unbelievable. So props to you. Props to you, Mr. Uecker.
Props to Uecker.
Guys, I finished off my bottle of Eagle Rare. If anybody needs bourbon, this is some phenomenal stuff. Eagle Rare, guys.
Yeah,
Phenomenal.
where'd you find that?
It's hard to get. It's not even really. It's like $50-$60, man. But
It's
to get
rare.
it's rare. It's delicious though, and it got me. It really put me back into my seat here, guys.
To everyone listening, we're also thinking about bringing on our guru, our bourbon guru buddy,
Yes,
Anthony, can come on and talk about bourbons with us one night. I mean,
dude,
fuck, we should have
huge
brought him.
bourbon fan and sneakerhead. Tony, he loves Jordans, bro. He will talk sneakers all day and bourbon. Good dude, Kentucky professor. Just a great guy. You guys would love him. Been a friend of ours for the last, what did you say, over 20 some years, right?
Yeah.
Just a great friend. So can't wait to get him on the show. You know what, Jerry? It's a 10-year aged bourbon. It's a Kentucky straight. It's good stuff, man. If you ever can find it, grab a bottle. You will not be sorry. Smooth, just tastes great, man. It really does, and it'll pick you up out of the slumps, man. Especially when your basement floods.
What do you got?
Havoc
John,
is
for
right. Nick into Four Loco and Squirt. If Nick could combine Squirt and Four Loco together, he'd be the happiest kid on the block.
I had a Four Loko once. I wasn't necessarily a fan of it, but if they made alcoholic Squirt, I'd be in.
Tell him about your Bush Apple, bro.
Bush Apple's phenomenal. For those who haven't had Bush Apple, John, I will bring a Bush Apple and you can try it.
And I will try it.
Phenomenal. Like, it's way better than I expected. I don't like beer. I don't like beer. I will drink it as a social drink, but I don't like alcoholic beverages in general. But Bush Apple doesn't taste like a fruity drink. It doesn't taste like a Red's Apple Ale or like a Angry Orchard or anything like that. It tastes like beer, and it tastes like you poured actual juice from an apple, not like that artificial
apple
flavor.
juice.
Yeah,
That's apple juice.
I'm saying, but it's not like an artificial apple flavor. It's actually like you actually squished an apple, extracted the juice of it, and put it in there. And it's not too sweet, but it gives you enough apple where it doesn't completely taste like beer. It's very good.
guys?
2
We're
hours.
at
38.
2:38. Who the fuck is gonna watch this? Who the fuck is gonna watch this when they see 2 hours? 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Maybe some person on YouTube.
Look, that's probably
We need to get these hashtags right on this one. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh,
All
good
right.
time. Good time. The Locker Room Rant was dude, we missed a week, bro. I mean, we had to. We
made up for it. That's for damn sure. John, you have any final thoughts, bud?
Not really, man. My day sucked. My day was shit. The best part of my day was jumping back on the channel, hanging with you guys. I'm looking forward to Sunday. Football is back, guys. We're in the second week of preseason, and I don't know about you, but I'm pumped. I'm excited to see my team, and outside of that, guys, I don't have anything else to give, man. I'm tired. I just wanted to say hi and kick it with the fam.
I absolutely hate when I turn on ESPN for that 2-week span, and it's all Little League baseball, Little League World Series.
I hate Little League World Series.
I can't stand Little League World Series. I don't think it should be televised.
Yeah.
And the thing that I hate, the only thing I like about when I see it is I know football is right around the corner as soon as that bullshit ends. It's like that ends and then football starts that Thursday. Every year I'm excited to see Little League baseball because I know football starts very soon. So we're getting down into the nitty gritty of it, guys, and I'm really pumped, and I'm can't wait to share it with you guys and all the subscribers. Any last words?
I'm good. It's great
That's
to
it,
see
man.
those guys with the pads on.
All right.
Havoc, I appreciate you guys helping out the algorithm, man. Play it. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors.
Everyone that came on, we appreciate it. We always appreciate the guests that we have, and we appreciate new guests as well.
Izzy, I'm with you, man. 24 hours of the Cowboys is trash.
What's 24 hours of the Cowboys?
They got
Hard Knocks.
Well, they got Hard Knocks, and for whatever reason on the East Coast, whenever I put ESPN on, I see the Cowboys coverage. If it's not one thing, it's another, and it makes me want to vomit. But that is what it is. Go Niners, 49ers Chanel. Thank you so much. I hope I'm pronouncing this properly. Listen, guys, thank you for coming out. It means everything to us. Like and subscribe. Help out the algorithm.
And if you wanna hop on the show, we're fine with totally cool with having people on the show.
Yeah,
Havoc, if you want to hop on, talk about your Titans. I don't think we have anyone for the Titans lined up to come on. Izzy, you're spitting fire nonstop. I'm actually scared to have you on. You put us in our place, which we need.
No,
we'll all be in the penalty box.
She's gonna take over the channel, bro.
Oh yeah.
Izzy's a good time, man. She is probably one of the kindest, sweetest souls, man. She's a good person, man, and I love talking Niners football with her. Izzy, thank you for coming by and keeping these guys on the up and up without me. She
kind of was serving as the de facto third person.
Yeah, she was.
I mean, good time. Dude, I let her know that I had, on my way home from the restaurant, I told her I am going home to a mess. I apologize. There might not be a show. I had no idea that you guys were going to run it, and I'm so happy that you did. Jerry, I hope you enjoy the content. Havoc, I hope you guys enjoy it. We are 3 lifelong buddies just trying to make this work, and we're having a good time doing it. So I appreciate you all for coming by. Take care. Peace.